What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another day, another episode of The Daily Grind. I'm your host, 30NSG, and on today's show, we're going to be talking about Gamescom. Right now, Xbox Game Show is going on right now. I know a lot of people are confused. They're like, there's a lot of talking going on. That's what this is. The Gamescom opening night live is where they show the trailers, and then Gamescom for the next 3-4 days is just interviews, talking to the devs about how the games are and more depth, like a deep dive into each of the stuff. So you might see new games, but there's going to be a lot of talking going on, and that's how it's been for the entirety of Gamescom. So I don't know why people are confused by this. But we are going to be talking about Gamescom opening night live, everything that was announced. I didn't really watch it. I had it in the background. Didn't really, I saw the Lego Batman thing. I saw the Warhammer 4 thing. I saw a couple things here and there, the Resident Evil thing. But overall, I didn't really watch it. Didn't really care. There was nothing that really surprised me. And if there was, they would have been articles about it, which there's not. So that means it wasn't really that good. We're also going to talk about former PlayStation boss says the impact of AI on gaming. We're also going to talk about the new games that came out for Game Pass today. And we're going to talk about the Lego Batman Legacy of Dark Knight will feature only 7 playable characters. And then we're also going to jump back and forth in between the Gamescom stuff. If you guys like what I do here, we do this Monday through Thursday from 10 o'clock in the morning till noon Eastern. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you'd like to go above and beyond that. Become a member as little as $5. What's going on? Jason, what's going on? Eclipse, Sarge, Wonder Rose, Water Bear, Robert Jones. Who am I missing? Z, what's going on? I think that's it. Good morning. Big Mad Mo, I know he's here. Kylo, good morning. Right now, they're talking about Grounded. Actually, because we can always go back and forth on this. So let me rewind a little bit for the Grounded interview. It's pretty long. It seems pretty long. We're going to watch it at like a 1.25 type of thing. Yeah, because it's like 10 minutes long here. 15 minutes long.
Small, teeny, tiny parts. I mean, they say good things come in small packages, so thank you so much for helping me.
So we're gonna watch it at 1.25.
Doing great. Super excited to be here.
I'm honestly so excited to gush all about the fun I've been having in Grounded 2 since it launched now a month ago into early access. So I've been having a blast, but how's the experience been for you two?
It's been an incredible experience. We're so blessed to have such an amazing community around Grounded 2. Everyone just reacted so well to the announcement and the fact that the game was coming to them so quickly. And seeing the game in players' hands now, everything that they're doing with it, all the fun they're having with buggies.
Hold on. That's really loud. It's really loud. I'm sure they'll talk about the price sometime next week, this week, or whatever. Like at the end of Gamescom. They don't want to overshadow the price of everything else they're announcing, right? So they just tell you what it is. So it'll either leak what the official price is, or it'll come out next week.
All the fun they're having in the park, all the different builds that they're making and breaking, and all the great feedback we're getting. It's just getting us super excited and really focus on how we can make the best Grounded 2 possible with our community.
I love that. Chris, have you been having a good time with it as well?
Yeah, I'm just so excited about how well it's been received, because when you're making a game, you have this passion, you have this joy, you really want it to be something that the community's going to love, and they already love Grounded 1, right? There's so much passion there, and so until you get that into the players.
Just to let you guys know, we're gonna jump back and forth. Like if there's something that they're talking about of a game I'm interested in or something like that, we'll watch it, stop it, and talk about it. If not, we'll just skip around, go back to a news story, whatever. It's gonna be a little bit different day today because of its Gamescom.
Hands and the community's hands, you just don't know exactly. You can hope, but until.
Kylo says, I think COD is going to flop this year. Going back to jetpacks, Battlefield, if back to form, is double whammy on COD to do really bad this year. Even if it does bad, let's say it's the worst Call of Duty ever, Kylo. It's just going to be 1 year. You know what I mean? Because Battlefield is not an annual release, and Call of Duty is. And Battlefield 5 to 6 years from now wants to be an annual release. So Battlefield is going to be a hot spike and then dip down, where COD's gonna might be a dip this year, but it'll bounce back out and just stay the same. Because, and I'm sorry if anyone is a Call of Duty fan, but you guys are your worst enemy. Okay, just like Madden fans are their worst enemy. Okay, nothing will change with Call of Duty if everyone keeps buying the skins, if everyone keeps doing the exact same things, because the reason Call of Duty is such in a shit state is because of you.
Well, they've actually sort of tasted that meal. You don't know how it's going to go. And so we went out there. People are super excited about it. They have tons of stuff to say and tons of great ideas, and we love that. And it's just been really exciting.
Amazing. Well, I've tasted it, and I've really enjoyed it as well. We've been digging in a lot. It's been so much fun. And obviously, you mentioned buggies, one of the big new additions in Grounded 2. And how has community feedback helped improve and expand that kind of area of the game for you guys?
That's a really good question. For us, the buggies were such an important feature to bring to life because it was the #1 requested feature from Grounded 1.
Yeah.
And so it was a big reason why we wanted to do a sequel in the first place, because we knew to do the buggies properly, we'd have to build the whole world from the ground up to support them and to really make them shine.
Wow.
I would like it if you could not just have buggies, but tame animals like Ark or Pal World type of stuff, where I could have a colony of ants build for me and whatnot. That would be cool, but obviously that's far-fetched.
Okay.
And so for us, it was a question of the balance of how much of this feature do we want to develop and solidify.
Like, the difference is you don't capture and train the ants in the world. You get the eggs and then grow them like you do for your buggy, but then they can also work for you. That would be the difference, right? You can't tame an animal, but you can get the egg of that animal and then hatch that insect, and then it works for you.
To make it a full experience and to really show the potential of the feature, but not go so far that we don't get the community's feedback. And so we feel like we found that balance.
That way they can't get sued by Nintendo for capturing and taming animals.
With our Red Soldier and our Orb Weaver buggies, and now seeing how players are playing with them, what they're doing with it, and what they're asking for, not just for those buggies, but for future buggies, is really giving us a lot of clarity on where we want to bring.
I think a really cool thing, I mean, it's already been data mined, is the flying buggy. Like if you're on a mosquito or a bee or something like that, that'd be cool.
The feature, how we want to fulfill its potential, and of course, what exciting new buggies we're going to be introducing in the future.
Yeah, there's so many aspects to buggies. Like Justin said, we kind of went for the minimum approach and said, let's see what the community has to say about these. We have all of our own ideas that we're like, these are great ideas, but let's see what the community says first, and then we can kind of hone in on that stuff and help that really guide the future of buggies, whether that be with customization or progression, or even what sort of new buggies we might introduce in the world.
And what's been really great is seeing everybody's feedback. A lot of it is very much in line with where we wanted to go.
Absolutely in line.
Yeah.
Almost all of it's been stuff that we've talked about.
Yeah.
Like, and it's great to see that, and especially, we look at what the community feedback says, and our community guys like put it all together, and we count like what's been upvoted and what people are reacting to the most. And the things that they're reacting to the most are things that we're like, yes.
Yes, that's what we want to do.
This is so exciting. This sounds great.
So not only does it confirm our belief that this feature has so much potential, it's really nice to see how aligned we are with our community. And it really feels like we're all one big team trying to make the best Grounded 2 together.
One big colony. That's it.
Oh, Eclipse, can you do me a favor? I try to find it, but people are talking and stuff inside our general chat. Can you relink the He-Man side scroller thing, please?
Yeah,
I totally missed that. Well
don't worry, I got you. My buggy is called Ant McPartlin. It's a Red Soldier ant. I haven't got to the Orb Weaver just yet. We're taking our time, which is a very UK insular joke, but that is fine for you. But have you guys got any buggy names that you're particularly proud of? Any good puns that you've heard?
I've got one up my sleeve. You, Chris?
Well, no, the favorite one that we always fight around the studio right now is Stinky. I don't know why. But yeah, when we start up a co-op game for the first time, everybody goes and like makes their buggy real quick together, and then whoever names their buggy Stinky first is the one that wins, basically.
I always call my ant Antonio Banteras because you get the double ant pun there.
No Concord DLC.
And also just because I like to think of my red ant as this like charming, roguish.
You don't see any Concord.
like going on an adventure
Concord
with. So Antonio Banteras.
That's beautiful. He's your own very real sidekick. That's beautiful. We have another first in Grounded 2 with our classes.
Their volume is
we were chatting a little bit behind the scenes about, I've been loving the mage class personally, but what has been the most exciting developments from either seeing a lot of players get to grips with these classes or from the team themselves?
I mean, when we set out, developing
You guys could
archetypes.
still hear that,
really
right?
About just helping players understand how do I best equip my character for whatever it is I'm trying to do today, right? You're not locked into being a mage for the whole game. You could be a mage one night and then switch over to a ranger or a rogue or whatever. You want to be a sword and board
Look
fighter.
where that volume
do
is.
But let's have the interface help you out and help you sort of like min-max easily into that play style. And to be perfectly honest, I thought this was just like a kind of a nice little quality of life add to the game. And the players love it. Like they think it's fantastic, and they want to know, hey, what are the next ones going to be? What's equipment that's going to be added so that we can further develop this particular archetype? And that's been really surprising, but also super encouraging and exciting for me, just to see that people love this. Something that I thought was pretty small, something that actually IDOS actually championed in the first place, and everybody loves it. It's great. It's been really positive reception.
From our point of view, it felt like a natural extension of what Grounded was already doing.
Not only am I getting drowned out, but I also have it like on my end. When I talk, it should lower the volume of that footage, and it's still not.
That's also the shared DNA between Obsidian and Eidos Montreal, is that love for both RPG mechanics and progression and player choice. And so this felt like a natural extension of us working together, of us collaborating. And to see it in players' hands,
Hell Let Loose has got an announcement today at 2 o'clock this afternoon.
To break the builds and push them to really cool limits, like the dual wielding rogue that can one-shot
Come on, do it,
even our biggest, toughest foes.
Yeah.
But on top of that, seeing them use the build in really
Sarge, are we
creative,
playing this
that, like
tonight,
you said,
or are we playing Hell Let
speak to
Loose
their
tonight,
play
or are we
style.
playing something
And
else tonight?
You're not locked into anything. If you want to be a mage that whips out a sword on a board, you can do that. If you want to be a ranged who is still packing a mallet, you could do that as well. And so we really want the players to express themselves however they want, and we want to get their feedback so that we can find new ways to help them express themselves over the early access of this game.
Love that. I mean, with new classes, we've also got some new
My only
buffs as
complaint
well.
about Grounded 2, and we've had this conversation before, is that I feel like we went 4 years to get to where Grounded 1 is, and now we've taken 2 steps backwards to wait another 2 years to
I
get
don't know
it.
about favorites, but I mean, I think
back
all of
to
them
where
have
it
been
was.
really well received. But
Now,
for
obviously, the
different
finished
reasons,
project will be
of course.
better.
So,
The finished
got a ton of feedback
product
from
will be
folks who
better
are
than
like,
Grounded
man, the
1,
caterpillars
but
are so
still.
sweet and they're beautiful, and I have to kill them. Why have you done that? Why have you ruined my life and blackened my soul with this? And then another example is this cockroaches, where they're like,
Oh, you have to work tonight
I can't
because,
deal with
yeah, right,
cockroaches.
you're off
Why
to
have you
speak
put
because
this
coming
in
up.
the game?
Got it.
And we were like, oh, well, we put it in there to be gross. That's why it's there.
Then I guess I'll just
It's
play
serving its
normally
purpose.
what I
But,
usually do.
The reception to those has been really fun, very exciting.
And on the other side, what was nice for us is when we first started talking about what creatures we wanted to bring to Grounded 2, I think it was universal. Everyone was like, we need something that is on the same level of terrifying as the wolf spider from Grounded 1. And the number one contender was the scorpion. And it was a huge request from the community.
This
for
is a
long
cool
time.
mechanic.
And being able to bring that to life.
When the head falls off
but
the
in a way
roach and
that,
the roach's
does
body
justice
still
to being this
goes around.
terrifying predator coming after you.
Oh, nice, Luke.
Seeing
Cool.
all these
We can play
reaction
tonight.
videos online of people in their camps being, hunted by the scorpion and popping out, them freaking out, trying to hide. Like, this thing is coming after me. What do I do? It's so rewarding. To be able to traumatize a whole new group of players in interesting ways.
Yeah, you guys have a lot to answer for making me kill the sweet caterpillars and the butterflies, and then also the horrendous night terrors I've had for scorpions. So yeah, we'll talk afterwards. But speaking of foes and new enemies, I hear we have a new boss to look forward to as well. So can you tell me what this new boss is and why you guys are excited for players to take it on?
Happy to. So our new boss is a giant tarantula named Axel, who has gotten loose in the park, and this is what we're calling our first park boss. And in Grounded 1, there was these really cool backyard bosses.
Oh, cool. He's probably up in the upper
mother, the mantis,
upper
and
left-hand
these are all,
corner.
really giant, terrifying foes. And so we knew we wanted to keep up that tradition. Yeah, look at this thing. It's terrifying.
You know something? The way Sea of Thieves does the water, do you know what I mean? Like, it's just so good. The way they do spiders in this game, now obviously there's spiders in other games. It's just the fluidity, the way the spiders move in the game with all the different legs and stuff. For some reason, it's so good, but so fucking creepy. You know what I'm talking about?
We want to keep up that tradition, but because now you're riding
Look at it.
buggies, what's giant and terrifying and monstrous has to scale in proportion to that.
Holy Christ, he's huge. I just realized that's how. Oh my God.
So we really wanted to nail that like primal feature creature terrifying experience for players. And
What do you mean? You should have made it more realistic? Like you're talking about graphic wise instead of making it cartoony? They should have made it like Resident Evil-ish.
And again, it was just the clear first choice for us was we have to bring that fantasy of the tarantula to life. And that's where Axel was born.
And then we had to look at scale. I mean, like it is. I don't even know if you can tell from the footage we just showed.
It looks huge.
I think if they do that, Dupless, they kind of lose their clientele. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, no, I don't. I think if they make it a horror game, they lose their clientele. The fantasy about being shrunken down, like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, is not supposed to be a horror film. It's supposed to be more of an adventure. Think Goonies, less horror. I see what you're saying. Like you would like to see it as a horror thing, but I think they would lose their clientele.
Immensely huge this is. So the character in that footage is riding around on its own orb weaver spider, and the orb weaver looks teeny tiny compared to the tarantula because it's about like 3 times bigger than a wolf spider, which is one of the largest creatures in Grounded 1.
And I think it's about 16 times bigger than the player, so
yeah,
it's pretty massive.
Jesus.
It's massive. It's
That's
absolutely
gigantic.
huge. And we think players will have a lot of fun with it. It's got its own arena. It's got its own like sort of like recipe and things that you've got to do in order to summon it and bring it in. But we think it's a pretty exciting boss.
Yeah, it looks huge and terrifying for sure. How did you guys land on the name Axel? That's so cute, for one. I'm guessing it's a pet tarantula
He looks tiny there.
as well that someone just found. Oh no.
So one of the best things about our franchise is it's set in the 90s. This one's set in 1992 and so there's all this nostalgia around that era that means a lot to all of us. And Axel is actually a reference to Home Alone. In Home Alone, the older brother has
The tarantula in Home Alone. Yes.
a tarantula called Axel that gets loose. And so that's our little...
See, that's cool. I mean, you wouldn't know that unless they told you. Someone would be like, oh, Axel. Oh, there's that spider in Home Alone was Axel.
Easter egg.
Yeah. I love that. I love that it makes sense in the world of Grounded too, but also it's just a sick.
So there you go. Grounded takes place in the same world as Home. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Back to real world movies and stuff.
There's
Love
a couple of more Home Alone references in the game, so around Axel, so I can't wait to see if the community catches them all.
Love it.
Yeah.
Well, let's get back to this big boss Axel, because I would love to hear some tips from you guys.
See, now that he told us that people will look out for the Easter eggs, but if they didn't say anything, I don't think a lot of people would figure that out or even look for the other clues.
About taking him on. I'm terrified already, and I'm hoping I don't have to do it alone. But yeah, do you have any tips for players on
What's
taking
going on,
them
Roy?
down?
Well, I mean, with basically any adventure in Grounded, you got to load up before, you got to prepare for whatever your adventure is going to be. You need to make sure you've got enough food and water and healing supplies, and then you're just going to have to go in and die a couple of times. Like, that's basically what's going to have to happen. He's got a lot of special attacks.
I do like that. I like the game that you're going to die, and you have to like learn and adapt. I like it. I like stuff like that. It's not as like hardcore as like a Dark Souls type of thing, but you will die.
That are really cool, and you're just going to have kind of learn that sequence because there's also some stages to that boss fight as well. So once you've figured out the first one, you're going to have a couple of surprises for you. Figure out the second one, a couple of surprises for you. Hopefully it'll keep players entertained for a while. And when they finally beat it, there's a lot of goods on the horizon there. You know, you can, like with everything in Grounded.
That would be funny though. Like, I know you're saying is Ant-Man in the game. It would be funny, Jason, if like you're going through the park and all of a sudden you come across like Ant-Man's armor just on the ground. That would be funny, like a little Easter egg.
You murder it and then turn it into fashionable attire. And that's exactly what
you wear your
do.
trophies on your body.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Make weapons and armor with that, maybe some furniture, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You want to upholster something with that, and that's exactly what you can do here.
My advice would be, whether you're playing single player or with your friends, to bring a friend. Go with your Orb Weaver buggy.
Okay.
You know, hey, if you want to take it on alone, go for it. Become the stuff of YouTube and Twitch legend. But if you want to, try to survive, bring your Orb Weaver buggy. It will come in handy immensely. The fight was designed with
That's going to be fun when we get there. We're not there yet.
that in mind, and we
What's going on,
had a lot
House?
of fun.
Gamescom was
figuring out
trash?
What makes fighting a giant
I didn't watch it. I mean, I had it in the background. It was like an afterthought.
creature on another giant creature a fun and unique experience. So we really hope that the players will get a kick out of the Grounded style massive boss fight, but now on their own impressive buggy mount.
Nice. I can't wait to try it myself and die multiple times, no doubt. Very good. And Parker, you mentioned that there's some...
I mean, if you have a buddy and you all have mounts, you can have 4 people with four spider weavers all helping you kill that boss. That's cool.
obviously our favorite thing about Grounded is getting the loot. My favorite thing is going and analyzing.
No,
it
I
and
haven't,
breaking it
Roic.
down. Can you tell us a little bit about the spoils that we can expect from the tarantula? Is there going to be some pieces in particular?
Absolutely. So a couple that spring to mind is there is an absolutely, as you would expect, massive bow that you can craft. It's sort of ridiculously large, but that's what makes it sort of charming, is that like you made it out of the biggest creature that's been in the yard so far, so it is ridiculously large. You can make yourself a new fancy chest to adorn your base that holds a little bit more stuff, as I recall correctly.
Correct.
And is of course again fashioned out of axle pieces. You can even make yourself a cool little throne. There's all kinds of stuff you can do. So
that's the one that I'm most in love with, and I can't wait to see how the community reacts to that, because it is a significant.
I think that's what I would do. I would get proficient in arrows first, and then go in there with poison arrows and whatnot, and then switch to daggers, and then attack them that way.
Significantly impressive throne for a significantly impressive boss.
Yeah, big Spider King throne. That sounds great. I can't wait to see it. I hope it's fuzzy as well. The colors on it look so sick. I mean, I'm imagining your
I think
guys'
the color
offices
scheme's cool.
are kind of just, do you just have tarantulas kind of like lying around, or any bugs and stuff? Like, that would be terrifying.
Our art director makes these massive, mood boards whenever we have a new insect. It's just like a wall of terrors. And we're like, okay, which of these is the most interesting terror to bring to life? And so when we were working on Axel, it was just all of these different tarantulas, and we're looking at them going, I didn't even know tarantulas came in those colors.
Yeah. Your dreams must be haunted, but no. Also, on top of the new boss and the new tarantula, I hear we've got a new biome on the horizon.
I like the way she does. I like her as a host. She does a good job at interviewing
as
people.
well for winter. Could you tell me a little bit about what
She's
we
very
can expect
casual.
to explore there?
Absolutely. For our winter update, we're going to be introducing
She's got a good
first
persona
biome in the park. It's
on camera.
our garden biome. And what's really exciting about it is that the park allows us to explore areas that are really a good mix
Is it like a greenhouse?
of human crafted, handcrafted areas, as well as the more natural organic areas. And so the idea of a community garden is
that's
very
cool.
appealing for exactly that reason. And so we get to see our pumpkin patch or a vegetable garden or a greenhouse. These all feel very organic and very wild and very grounded, but have this new layer to it of, no, this was carefully cultivated by humans to be laid out in a specific way. And so that gives us the opportunity to do things from a level design and experience design wise that couldn't be done in Grounded 1, can only be done because of the park. Chris, do you want to?
Yeah, no, 100%. You pretty much nailed everything there. I'm just super excited about running around amongst giant pumpkins.
You know what would be cool? And I know it would kind of be weird how to do it. I don't know how they would do it. I was just thinking about it because in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, there's a scene, I forget if it's 1 or 2, but the neighbor comes over, or the kid comes over to mow the lawn, and he's got the lawnmower, and they're getting blown away, and they're almost getting sucked into the lawnmower, and until the parent comes out, it's like, stop, stop, stop. It would be interesting if in Grounded 2, in some way, shape, or form, there's an event going on where someone comes to the park and is like mowing the grass or something, and it's sort of like, think about it as a natural disaster event happening. It's on a timer. It happens every so often or whatever. All of a sudden you hear the mower like start up. It'll sort of like be like the tornado in like Battlefield 2042. Do you know what I mean? Like that would be interesting if they did something like that. Like none of your bases will get destroyed or anything like that. It's just that it comes over and maybe this certain part of the section.
House gives us the opportunity to make a very humid environment, which is something that we have not had before. I think we have with the vegetable garden, we're doing some.
You ever had like a leaf blower? Yeah, that would be good. You ever smell a rotten pumpkin?
Interesting things there that almost turn it into sort of like a hedge.
I'm not sure if it's a
experience.
split screen game
there's
or
a lot
not.
of things
House?
that we're doing that I think are really fun.
Because I played it with my son, but we play on 2 separate Xboxes, so I'm not sure if it's split screen or not.
And and this was all sort of planned in our heads, at least loosely, from the beginning, where let's nail all the foundational stuff with our first early access release and make sure that all of those pieces are there, and then we can do some more experimental stuff. And so when we get to, after we have the Tarantula update in the fall, our winter update is going to be this first big one where we've got some new biomes and a lot of new stuff, new insects, of course, more equipment, all kinds of things on the horizon that we're really geeked up about.
Heck yeah, lots to look forward to there then.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, is there anything else that you want to share with us just now, right around the corner for Grounded 2, that we can look forward to?
Well, I think there's two things. If you look at a roadmap, you can see that with the garden biome, we'll be introducing our first new buggy, which is the Ladybug.
Yeah.
So we're very excited about that. We think she's going to bring something unique and fun.
They have a section in the game, Luke, where an ice cream cart got tipped over, and it's like all the ice cream's on the ground. So that's the snow biome. Yeah.
To the players, and in general, if the community wants to get excited about what it is that we're doing, the roadmap is a good place to go check out everything we have in mind, and we want to hear people's feedback.
Oh, that's cool. What? You could put dude, that right there is what you need to do. Because right now I'm running around with a turret because you can move stuff, and I just plant it and then start shooting at people, right? Because I'm solo. That right there, that's what you need. Get the mount with the turret on the back. Sweet.
Feedback. We want them to join us.
We want them to help sort of help mold what it is that we're planning to do right now. Like right now, we have a very loose idea of all the things that we think would be super exciting, that would be great to add into the game. But you know what? This is a journey that we want to take with the community.
Yeah.
And so, our roadmap is our sharing. This is what we think right now. We want you to come now share with us what you think would be cool and exciting and great for Grounded 2.
I love that. Yeah. I mean, I'm really excited to think of some new names, I guess, for this Ladybird mount as well. If you guys had to have one in real life, what do you think you would have for
I'm not sure if it's cross-play. Actually, I think it is between PC and Xbox. I'm not sure about PlayStation 5, though. Is it out for PlayStation 5?
real life buggy? A red soldier and the orb weaver, or the new ladybird?
I would definitely take the red ant soldier. The reason why is at least right now, it can kind of do everything, which is fantastic. It can harvest, it can build, it can fight, it goes really fast.
What did he say? What? Oh, shoot.
It seems really, at least right now, definitely take the red ant soldier.
Oh, red ant soldier.
The reason why
Okay.
is at least right now, it can kind of do everything, which is fantastic. It can harvest, it can build, it can fight.
If you want to play Ground 2, you want to play that this afternoon, Luke, or do you want to play that tonight?
Like everything about it is like really great. Like Orb Weaver's cool too, but it's still maybe a little too terrifying for me.
What's up, Game Fire?
You don't see that parking that in your driveway.
Yeah, I'm still not down with that. So we'll see. We'll see as other ones come online. Maybe I'll change my mind.
Yeah, I totally get the appeal of the Red Soldier, and it's got that like off-road ATV feel to it. You know, that dirt bike that you can kind of take out anywhere.
Yeah.
But if I'm honest, right now I'm leaning towards the Ladybug. Maybe it's because it's new and exciting, but honestly, because as a player of Grounded 1, that was the one that I wanted to ride the most, you know, and often would, just by jumping on it and letting me carry around.
I would do the same thing. I would jump on the back of the Ladybug.
Riding this wild creature around the backyard, and so being able to bring that to life in the park, it not gonna lie, it's super satisfying.
Oh,
and
that
so
sounds nice.
Can't wait for the community to get that dream come true.
I bet. Oh, well, I mean,
I'm just thinking about the different mounts that I can have, because if I can mount on the Ladybug, then down the line do like the Scorpion, right, or the Roach, or a bigger spider. I mean, it's endless.
we've spoken a lot about
all the insects in the game, like a praying mantis and stuff like that. That would be cool.
Community, and it just feels like so clear. You guys are so synced up with them. You're listening to the players all the time. But how has both of your teams kind of created tools for players of Grounded 2 to be part of this collaboration, or how can people watching at home kind of get involved with that, the feedback process too?
Yeah, I mean, we're up on pretty much every social media platform out there. The primary one is Discord. The Grounded game is up on Discord, and we have a great community up there.
Right. Well, it would be disgusting, but it would still be cool.
That's also one of the places where it's easy.
They're actually data mined it, Eclipse. The Mosquito is going to be a rideable mount.
Just for people to go look at what does everybody else in the community say, and go ahead and like upvote ideas and discuss those ideas in great detail. And then we have a great community group of folks at Obsidian that go through everything. They respond to every single like customer comment and note and whatever. We try and make sure that people know that we are actually listening to them. We are already weekly getting together amongst our teams and going through all of this feedback and sorting it out and figuring out, hey, what is it that we want to do in the next week? What do we want to do in the next month? What is something that we...
It's cool, though, in that drawing, though, Sarge, it's a dual mount. So one steers the Ladybug, and the other person's in the actual back shooting the weapon. So it's a dual buggy.
We want to try and do in 4 months. If we don't want to do it, let's talk to the community and see if there's something that's like close to that sort of like makes sense or we can make work.
Oh, that's good, Water. That's good. That would be actually pretty good if they, when you ride a ladybug, your luck for critical hits should amplify since it brings good luck. That'd be interesting if they did something like that. That'd be cool.
It's just a whole lot of things, and you know what? Props to the Grounded One team who built this community and allowed us to actually I don't know, follow in their footsteps on this, because the community is on Grounded and Grounded 2 is just so supportive and so great. And it's because I think we try to interact with them constantly. We try to listen to them. We try and make changes that they want, and I think they appreciate that and are loved. And it's really something special. It's pretty cool.
Absolutely, that was something everyone at the team at Eidos Montreal saw right away. That the story of the success of Grounded was that this community wasn't just rooting for the game, they were rooting for the team as well, and the team wasn't just trying to make this game in a bubble, they really wanted to collaborate with this community, and it's that healthy bond between them, that interdependence between them, that resulted in an amazing game. And so of course we want to replicate that success. Of course we want to replicate that feeling for the community, and of course we want to allow that to put us in a position to create the best version of Grounded 2 possible.
That's beautiful. That's so fun. Well, I have some ideas that I'll have to
tell
you afterwards off stage, but
can't wait
I'm
to
going to write them down and
be
sure to join that Discord as well to chat more Grounded. But honestly, Parker, Justin, thank you so much. I've had just a blast talking about Grounded 2.
Let's see what else
and
they
I can't
got
wait
going
for all
on
the
here.
new updates that we've got
We
as
got
well.
Flight Sim.
Great to see you, Maxi. It's great to be back in Cologne.
And you always bring some delightful surprises when you're here in Cologne. What does Microsoft Flight Simulator have in store for the fans here today and fans everywhere?
Yeah, I mean, Flight Simulator is a worldwide hobby, but Gamescom in Germany are actually critically important for us as a team because it's frankly the second biggest audience. And
I don't think a lot of people understand how big the simulator community is, between truck sim, flight sim, tank simulators, train simulators. You want to talk about niche communities, but there's millions and millions and millions of people that play these things and are just constant hobbyists, right? RC cars. People used to go to RC hobby shops and stuff like that to build RC cars and trains and stuff. This is tenfold that.
So we always try to prepare something special.
And that's music to my ears that Germany is so special. Why do you think that is?
I think it's the history in aviation. Germany has been since the beginning. Otto Lilienthal, Ferdinand Graf Zeppelin, and Junkers made the first metal aircraft. Lufthansa is super influential in the world of aviation. So I think it's sort of in the in the water, in the air. Germany is the country with the most registered private planes, for example, in all of Europe. So there's a huge audience. Some of our longest fans are here, most dedicated. So we always try to bring something. And we brought two things today, and we had some trailers. So let's run the first trailer.
She's like, you son of a bitch, you took my line. I'm supposed to say that. All right, let's run the trailer. Here's my problem. What you're seeing here, right? This looks phenomenal, right? It looks amazing. But when you play it, unless you're on a rig, on a PC with a good graphics card, I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Playing on the console is phenomenal as well, but you're not getting this. You still see the pixelation of the ground in certain places. The trees are blobs. Not as bad as one, but you know what I wish they add, Water? That when you hit something, if the plane explodes, it doesn't. You just lay on the ground and nothing happens. I mean, you can crash. Sarge says, good graphics card. Come on, bro. Monster Machine and Jesus video card.
That was really, really, really beautiful.
Thanks.
Well done. Can you give me some context about the update?
Yeah, I mean, one of the big dreams of flight simulation has always been to fly highly realistic planes over beautiful, detailed landscapes. And in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, we actually got further than ever before. Our aircraft are very detailed, and what you just saw shows you how detailed we can get with the countryside. So what we do is we fly planes really low over the ground, like so over the country or over the cities, and we take millions of pictures and LiDAR. And out of that, we construct three-dimensional cities. The resolution is 3 centimeters. And because Germany is so important, like we already had
Resolution is 3 centimeters.
25 cities. We had
Yeah, the stuff that you could download to make it more detailed is good. But just flying over certain things, you're like, eh.
Hamburg and Berlin, of course.
You could download mods and stuff, and those are very detailed.
Munich alone, and now we added 7 more with Bremen, and we're really wanting to fill out the country, and now we're at 32 cities, and we're going to just keep going, and one day we'll have the entire country down to 3 centimeters, and you can find everything.
Have the entire country down to 3 centimeters. That is nuts.
That's a big goal. I'm looking forward to that. And I remember when you added Munich, because that's my hometown, and the first thing I did was going up in the air, hovering over the street where I live, which was really cool. But I know you have more today for us to share.
Yes, I'm super excited about this. We have our first German helicopter. It's called the Eurocopter EC-135, which is actually based on a German helicopter called Messerschmitt Böker Blohm MBB 105. That one was built since the 60s.
This is why they zoomed in on him, because her eyes get glazed over because he's talking about airplanes, and she's just like, I don't care.
And it's been evolved and enhanced ever since. It's now one of the most sophisticated, most flown helicopters in the world. And it's famous for medical evacuation missions, search and rescue missions. And we partnered with a very large organization in Germany. And
It's like, I have no idea what you're saying.
And I'm happy to show
Don't worry. I also have no idea what he's saying.
another trailer.
This is porn for airline guys. You know what I'm saying? This is like car porn, but this is airline porn. Look at those yellow helicopters.
Pilot, we have an urgent report of injured tourist at Neuschwanstein Castle.
Cleared for takeoff, helipad 1.
Those blades really spin.
Flight level 0.
I do love me a good helicopter, though. Matter of fact, I started flying helicopters against the bots in 2042 just so I could learn how to fly, because it's super hard to get an airline, like to get a plane or a copter in a regular match because people keep taking them.
And now we are joined by Florian Brocksch, a real-world ADAC air rescue pilot. Florian, welcome to Cologne.
Hello, Maxi. Thank you for having me.
So you are a real pilot. Can you tell us a little bit more about yourself and especially also the ADAC air rescue?
I started flying helicopters when I was 22 and became a search and rescue helicopter pilot for the ADAC air rescue in 2017. The ADAC or ADAC Luftrettung air rescue provides, handles up to 50,000 missions a year across 38 stations. I personally work on the station.
Sorry, it says put a gun on it, make it less gates. It's a rescue helicopter, you bastard. What's wrong with you?
Christoph Westphalen, where we fly 24 hours a day and handle approximately up to 8 missions per 24 hours and fly hundreds of kilometers throughout Germany, especially at night, and the bordering countries.
Well, thank you so much that you took the time to come here today. And you actually tried out a little bit the Microsoft Flight Simulator rescue mission. How realistic was that for you as a pilot?
The EC-135, well, looks really great in the simulator. As far as for the realism of the mission, it's all about the team. It's not just the pilot. You always need the 4 of them, the pilot, the medic, the doctor, and the hoist crew member.
So people get rescued in a Black Hawk. Yeah, they
complete
do.
A successful mission. Beyond that, the Microsoft Flight Simulator is a really great tool to provide pretty realistic pilot experiences.
And Jörg, how was it for you partnering with ADAC to make it as realistic as possible?
This is where you crash land into the crowd and just murder everybody over there. That you would do in Grand Theft Auto 6.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, so basically we had support from 3 pilots that helped us tweak the flight model and give us feedback. It was great to hear Florian's feedback earlier, and we liked it, so yay. We had support from Airbus helicopters and from ADAC, and there we really watched a whole bunch of your missions when he actually saves lives, and that was great inspiration for us to do this mission and the challenge. Yeah, so we hope we got close.
Thank you so much, both of you. But the most important question, when can fans fly the EC-135?
Right now. So
And also the mission and the city update?
all that, yeah. So the city update is available in Flight Simulator 2020 and 2024, and the mission and the EC-135 in Flight Simulator 2024 right now, and it's all free.
That's
Yes.
what I like to
there you
hear.
go.
Thank you so much also for always bringing
Game
local
Pass.
content. Thank you so much. And
Game
also to your
Pass.
team, what you do for us and for humanity. So thank you so much. And now we're going on. Then that's not only what we are happening at Xbox at Gamescom, because we're just taking flight and we've already seen some really, really cool game updates and live demos. We also got a
Oh, it's
firm
the-
release date on the ROG Xbox.
Hold on, let's see this now.
Best tropical in history. Yo.
I think we just want Omni-Man to be really strong and badass and fun to play.
What drives the story of Invincible sort of as a property forward is that father-son relationship between Mark and Omni-Man.
A lot of that comes through with unique voice lines like intros and outros.
I looked up to you my whole life, but you're just a lying piece of shit.
Your life is the blink of an eye to a Viltrumite. You barely know me.
It's that father-son dynamic where they still love and care for each other, but they are at odds with their morality.
I also love his moment where he's considering killing his only son and reconsiders and flies away. You've got those two sides of Omni-Man where he's just brutal, a mind of steel, and then this superhuman side of him.
His brutal style of fighting is so evident in all his gameplay movesets.
Omni-Man is one of our balanced characters, so he actually has an anti-air. He's got like this uppercut style move.
He's got a projectile, like where he claps his hands and a big wave comes out.
That's called a boom.
Luke, yeah. Yeah.
And then like when you boost it, it's called a cut boom.
We're pulling from when he fights Cecil.
We have this move where he like comes flying from above and he slams your head into the floor repeatedly.
I love the way he just crushes.
And it just feels really, really good. Especially when you boost it, he does the overhead and he follows it up with like a series of just smashes where he just blasts him into the ground. It feels very Omni-Man. It's just satisfying.
There's this one move where he does this like trio of hits and he says, "Not even trying yet." Probably isn't trying, and that's terrifying.
This guy right here, he seems like a genuine, like, he just loves everything, right? I'm not making fun of him. Like, he seems like this is the guy, like, if they made a movie of this guy would just love to, he'd be like, dude, I know everything about it. Like, this is the guy you're asking about the background, what the story is of each character, that he knows. This guy I would trust.
We're pulling directly from the show as well, from when he's beating Mark, ping-ponging him around the sky.
On his Super 2, he says very confidently,
Pay attention. Learn something.
I think that really sells Omni-Man, who he is.
Definitely check out his ultimate. It's so good.
It's called the Destroyer of Worlds. And there's a sequence during the Flaxen fight where he takes the opposing general to his homeworld and just utterly destroys it. So he sees him holding the general's body, blasting through a series of buildings. But there was also another beat that happened at the end of that sequence, which shows him holding this mountain over their scientists. It's that whole sequence all smashed together, and it's fucking epic.
Listen to me.
He just drops it on him.
You don't seem to understand.
He loves it right from his mother's basement.
This battle isn't yours to win.
That's cool. That's just cool.
You see what I'm saying? He knows. He knows.
I would put him as an anchor, the last character on a team. He's got great ways to spin leader, take advantage of these moves that he has that work well on their own, that are also somewhat risky.
Obviously, we gave him some really powerful moves that are really cheap, and players are going to enjoy using them, but they have a drawback. They are punishable on block, for example. We gave him incredible air mobility, so he's really fast, he can close the distance really fast, but it's a little bit more of a technical thing that you have to learn to do.
I definitely recommend playing as him.
Really excited for people to be able to get their hands on Omni-Man and really feel powerful.
I think that he is going to be beating the crap out of people.
He's zipping around, he's punching people, boom, boom, you're done.
Now I've proven I'm the strongest among us.
Well, we know it looks stylish and it aims to stay very true to the characters, but you know what? The only real way to get to know a new fighter is by feel. And here to help us do just that are the game's executive producer, Mike Willett, and combat designer, Rip Harbu.
Oh, they should have got the Newman guy on here.
Let's get hands-on with Invincible Versus. Thanks so much for joining us, guys. How you doing?
It's been great. No, it's been fantastic. Yeah, I mean, you go back to Evo, and Evo was just absolutely amazing. We had a fantastic showing. It's our first time.
Well, of course. What is that Teenage Mutant Turtles thing back here?
Having people publicly touch the game.
You guys see that?
I think that Evo was just a really great trip overall. We also got unveiled creator mode there, so the blood and gore is not going to be as crazy if you guys try to put it on YouTube or something. You won't get demonetized. We also had motion inputs revealed there, so a lot of good feedback from the community that we've taken and put back to the game.
Yeah, no, like you were saying, you've been revealed
Like, what is that? I'm gonna let the thing go away for a second. Oh, I don't think it will. Oh, is that a Black Ops thing?
Quarter Up team have been so busy all summer revealing characters, and at Evo, we got that first look at Omni-Man.
Exactly.
Right? How's the player reception been so far?
Yeah, the reception at Evo for Omni-Man has been crazy, right?
Yeah, like being on that stage.
I wish the game looked like this. I know I'm getting a little carried away, but I wish the game looked like this.
Revealing that trailer and then just feeling the energy come back to you, it was like on.
Like, it looks good. Don't get me wrong. But I feel like,
and be able to take that back.
Man, it'd be so good if it looked exactly like
team. Everyone's super pumped up, so we're jacked to show everybody more.
Hell yeah! I mean, as someone who's like super into the comics, read them all, been watching the show, like we're both really excited to get some fresh gameplay, and we've obviously got Omni-Man as well. So if you feel ready to it, we'd like to see some of that gameplay. But before we do that, is there anything else we should know about him before we?
Did this say this is coming to Game Pass?
Yes, the absolutely worst kept secret ever. But I'm going to reveal it officially now. J.K. Simmons has returned as Omni-Man.
Oh, I was actually going to say I'm glad they got him back as the voice.
Let's go. It's an amazing cast. It kind of makes me want to have some yellow M&Ms, you know? Yeah. I'm in the mood for that. Well, shall we play?
Show me what you've got, devs.
Oh, yes.
First level voice line. That's amazing. Sounds like the scariest challenge I've ever heard.
Yeah, I don't know if you send me the whole heaven. Look at his split.
Is there only 7 characters? 2, 4, 6. There's only 7 characters?
All right, so we've got the
Is this an early access game?
Lineups here. It's what's a little bit different about Invincible Versus is that it's a triple tag team fighter. So can you break down why is it important to sort of pick so many different characters within your setup?
So a tag battle fighting game, so your kit basically is represented by 3 different characters, and characters have a variety of different styles, so you construct a kit to your style of play. It's like, I want to play like a long-range game, or I want to play something more intimate and really bully people into a corner. There's something for everybody, and then there's like your fan favorites, and then there's like some more obscure characters that you don't know much about, but might have really cool tools and some awesome gameplay that you want to dive into, like say like Thula or Bulletproof.
Yeah, the other thing, of course, you go back to the IP, there's a lot of teams already built.
Okay. So I'm going to make a comment here, and I don't know, because I haven't played a fighting game in a really long time. So you guys can tell me if I'm right or wrong here, okay? But look at the movement of the actual character. It feels like on and off type of thing. It doesn't feel smooth. It's like you do the thing, and it's like boop, 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 boop. It feels very, very like old school robotic. Is that me, or is that how most fighting games are? Again, I haven't played it, but when I watch clips of like Injustice or Mortal Kombat, it feels much more fluid.
Built in there, right? You've got Team Keen, you've got Guardians of the
You see
Globe,
what
you've
I'm
got the Ultramite, so it kind of lends itself to a team format, I think.
All right, so let's see some gameplay then.
So let's walk everybody through like special moves, like really represent his kit.
Yeah, so this right here, this is his ground pound, this is an overhead attack. If you boost it, it's going to be multiple hits, and if you're fast enough, you can actually pick it up for a combo, which is going to be pretty hard for me right now, I think. I'll try one more time. Yeah,
there you go.
All right.
Wow. Are you going to take that? Come on.
Yeah, why not? First try.
I got to get him off me with it.
So this is the ground pound, right? This overhead, really fast attack, really hard stop, also available from the air. He also has this projectile right here. This is called a Zoom.
There you go.
Yeah, fresh character for you. If we go over to the corner and I boost this version of it, it's actually going to, I have no boost meter. Give me like 5 seconds.
Right? It feels, that's a good word. Very stiff. It's about normal, but depends on the game. Okay.
How fast the boost meter returns.
Yeah, you can see up there the yellow bar in the middle there. You can see the regen really quick now. So when you tag out, that's how you accentuate your recovery for that boost meter. So right now, the boosted Zoom right here, that actually can give a wall splash, I can get a combo if I was better at the game. There you go.
You're doing great.
I'm doing fantastic so far.
You're winning as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, so that was like 2 of his best. We got one more though. It's the rising uppercut. This here is a traditional like DP kind of input that you would expect from fighting game, right? It's got some invincibility on it. If you boost this one, it's got multiple hits and armor.
Sorry, I had to
Perfect
tag out.
time there. Your reactions are fantastic. That was right on
so
the
fast. I'm so fast at this game. It's reflexes. All right, show him now.
Rising uppercut. And you can do another uppercut after it. Yes. Why not?
Yes.
One thing I'm noticing as well is that on screen there's lots of like really easy cues to understand. It's like there's like character, there's like yellow flashes, blue flashes.
What was the last Mortal Kombat?
So,
what number are we on?
Omni-Man is really fantastic because he's a character that is a balanced character that can apply tons of pressure and super brutal in what he does. So he has the mobility of a character like Invincible. So he's got a lot of mobility with dashing and movement, but he also has like those armor moves that Rip demonstrated. So he can play a bit of a bully game on your team. He's really good as an anchor or a point character. So he has the projectiles that, like, if I want to play at mid-range, I have armored moves so I can bully you, push you into a corner, and then he's got the mobility to just try to mix you up and like crossover, start calling an assist, to just try to apply as much pressure as possible.
And anytime you see a character turn blue in this game, that means they have armor on him. So you'll see here on his standing medium punch, he turns blue there, he's got armor. Crouch, you meet him, the same thing, he's got armor. This move does not have armor. I was curious about it. But yeah,
there you go.
Why don't you demonstrate before you kill me?
No.
Why don't you demonstrate?
Mortal Kombat is way
his
smoother.
Ultimate, yeah, his ultimate. So
Way smoother. Let me see.
Oh my! It's just like flown him through a building.
A couple buildings, a couple. Yeah, part of the city, missing some limbs there.
You know what? I can't wait to see all the TikToks that are like, "Oh, welcome to a Jet 2 holiday," like flying through a building.
Oh my God! It's
so it's lore accurate. So go back to the show, watch when Omni-Man goes to take care of business with the Flaxes.
Yeah, I mean, I did want to ask, you mentioned about the Armored Fighters, and I definitely want to know more about that, but we've obviously seen Omni-Man in Mortal Kombat before, so we've seen him, we've kind of gotten familiar with his moveset in that game. How is he different in Invincible Versus?
So it's really about being part of like a tag system and how they're integrated in their role in that system. So
all right, hold on a second. That looks much smoother to me. it's I don't know, it's loading right now. What's happening here? My computer's having a hemorrhage. Right? That looks much smoother. Am I crazy? I feel like the animations between point A and point D, you know, like there's A, B, C, D, E to get to that last point, where if you look at this one, okay, if you look at this one.
So the flexibility of the character, like
it's just here, 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 here. You know what I mean? Like there's no in between. It's just here and then here.
How you
does that make sense? Let me close this down.
Basically, it's the role of the character in the concept of a team. Like where you use Omni-Man's assist, especially like every character has 3 different assists. You have a forward assist, a back assist, and then one that's when you're actively in a combo or in a block
right. It's
string.
just
and
A to D.
It's about
right?
how
it's
you
missing
utilize that.
C
And some of
and
them
B,
are really
or B
good
and
at
C.
like. Basically, like, oh, you're coming in, and he's got like an anti-air assist that basically comes out and does that rising uppercut. So you're trying to control space in front of you and work out like how in the footsie game you're going to engage, or you're setting stuff up with your other attacks. So. Right now we've entered sudden death, which is a little bit different. And so as you can see, timer is expired, and our point characters have absorbed all the resources of our assists.
I'm not saying
and now
shit.
We're
by the
bleeding
way.
out, and the only way to
I'm
stop
just
the
saying
bleeding
it
is by
looks.
attacking your
It
opponent.
just looks.
And I'm gonna ult.
Something.
I really want to see that happen.
It's almost watching like
Time ran out.
30 frames by 60 frames. You know what I mean?
I missed, but he was super low in health. Time expired. He lost his head.
Got you.
I was about to say that. I was like, I was just expecting just to kind of fall over. Our times ran out. No, his head exploded. That's brutal.
I don't know if it looks
All right,
cheap.
we've got the team makeup.
I wouldn't say
here.
it looks cheap, Travis.
Are you guys making specific decisions on who you're picking for like a good balance team, or can you sort of weigh it a bit heavier one way if that's more your preference?
So like if you look at my team, I've got Omni-Man, I've got Battle Beast, and I've got Rex, right? So Omni-Man and Battle Beast, they're both armored characters. They can kind of just push through the opponent's attacks. Cool. But I've also got Rex in there, so I can play some keep away, some projectiles, just keep people away from me.
Well, let's see if it works out as a good strategy. Yeah.
And what you'll probably see as we start playing too, our tag system uses an active tag system. And we basically let you tag off of almost any encounter, whether it's a defensive move like Heroic Strike, like perform right here, Rip.
And I can tag off of that, go to a full combo.
Oh, so slick.
And then off of a throw.
Yes, off of throws, off of hits, off of blocks, anything you can basically tag off of.
So whilst talking about like team composition with the thing, how does like an armored character like Omni-Man like contribute to his team? Like what's
When people say it looks like a mobile game, Travis, that line is completely blurred now, right? Completely blurred, right? Like, a mobile game to me visually has this look, and this doesn't look like a mobile game to me. Do you know what I mean? At least, I don't think so. I see J. Jonah Jameson. Well, it's the same guy. So...
Like he's that anchor, he's that role.
So a lot of times what you're going to do is, for certain characters, you're going to want to bait out moves, or I'm going to use Omni-Man's, let's see, he's available.
Like the
I'm
actor,
use some of his like projectiles to work my way in with a character. Or if I think you're jumping in on me, I use Tulip there.
That was pretty slick, though.
You see, I have Omni-Man who can come in, kind of like control this space.
How many mobile games do you play, Travis? Yeah, we're gonna go over to while they're doing this. I'm gonna move this up. I'm gonna move this up over here and let it play, and see what else they come up with as we talk about other stories here. So let's talk about Gamescom, right? Let's talk about Gamescom. And the Gamescom, I didn't really watch it, right? I didn't really watch it, but this is everything at opening games night. So we'll look at some trailers. We'll look at some of the stuff to see if it was good or not. It says Gamescom opening night live 2025 took place at the kickoff the annual gaming convention in Cologne. Some showcasing plenty of first looks of upcoming games, release date details, action-packed trailers. Hosted by Jeff Keighley, Gamescom opening night live 2025 announced ahead of its time that the likes of Call of Duty Black Ops 7, Hollow Knight, Silksong, Black Myth, Wukong's next game. You'll see all the details, everything announced below. All right, so we got Dubsby 4D. Not interested in that. We got Battlestar Galactica. What was this? Where the hell did it go? There it goes. Level Cap is making a game like this, right? Then there's this, there's Interstellar, right? There's a lot of games like this now, huh? Battlestar Galactica. Okay. We got, don't care, Outlaws, Handful of Missions Remastered. No, I don't care about this either. Now, let's see this.
At last, Castle Grayskull is mine! Not so fast, Skeletor. Whoa, what's happening? He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, Dragon Pearl of Destruction coming soon to all platforms?
Yes, it's He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, Dragon Pearl of Destruction. Intense beat-em-up action that puts the...
Okay. I want to say this, and I'm not trying to be mean to it, because I like these side-scrollers. I do. This is the nostalgia factor, but here we are, right? Turtles came out. We're like, cool, right? Then we have the Cosmic Invasion coming out. Cool. We have the G.I. Joe one. We have the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger one. We have the Toxic Avenger one. We have the Master of the Universe one. We have, like, they just keep coming out with these, and this is my problem with the industry. My problem with the industry is one comes out, and they're like, they like that. They like that. Let's do more of that. And then they just throw a shit ton of them at you. I'll be honest. I might get this. Right? But this is trend chasing 100%. I am mad, bro. I am mad, Jones. We go all these years, okay? Right? We get all these years. I mean, you are getting the X-Men one. You're getting Cosmic Invasion. That is the X-Men one. They're not going to make the... Well, maybe they are. Okay? But Cosmic Invasion is that game, right? Again, it's like I want to collect these. I know. That's why I said you will. That's why I said I might get this, right?
The power in your hands. Grab a friend and fight for Eternia with 4 playable heroes. Classic arcade controls. It's powered up pixel perfection for your gaming console or personal computer. He-Man and the Masters of the Universe.
I will play the shit out of these types of games, Water. Especially that I can play them on my mobile phone when I'm like traveling or something. Like these side scrollers, easy games to pick up and play.
First Dragon Pearl of Destruction coming soon from Limited Run Games.
Yeah, I actually think that looks good. Valorant. Let's see here. Swords of Legends. Road Kings reveal trailer. It's just another trucking game. Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. Silk Song looks good.
Silk Song gameplay, the first extended look since the last trailer in 2022.
Thunder.
It's starting
Thunder.
tomorrow.
Thundercat.
You guys here at Gamescom can play a demo at the Nintendo and Xbox booths. There you go. Silk Song is real.
I love that everyone wants this game so bad. Call of Duty didn't show shit. They didn't show nothing. Lords of Fallen looks good. What is this? Did they? Dolphin? I'll go back and look at the trailer. They thought that was going to be GTA? Is this what the game looks like? Like this is the art style of the game? Am I watching a TV show, or is this what the game looks like? It's not a game. Okay. So this is an animated show. Okay. I was like, this doesn't seem like it's a game. It seems like it's a fucking show. I love my Batman games. I love my Batman games, and I love my Lego games.
I need to become more than a man. I need to become a symbol.
What did you have in mind?
Or open world, right? Open world?
Who are you? I'm Batman.
They don't have Will Arnett as Batman? That's a shame.
Why so serious? You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. I'm allergic to nuts.
It's a good line. That's a good line. It's a very Batman-esque line.
Who's the man behind the mask?
I got you!
Oh, wow. They're even doing the Matt Reeves Batman in here. So are they taking all the Batman from, like, the beginning to, like, are they doing, like, Tim Burton's Batman, Matt Reeves' Batman, Nolan's Batman?
You think darkness is your ally. You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by... Ah! Who put that there? I could have really hurt myself.
Looks pretty good. Sign up for WB Games account to unlock the Golden Age Batsuit. Warhammer. This one looked good too. I saw this one.
We have fought the enemies of humanity across 1,000 worlds. No respite, no remorse, no mercy. We are the wrath of the Emperor, his angels of death. But the Imperium lies broken.
Sarge, you got excited for this, right? This is a definite buy for you. I don't know if day one, but this is definitely up. This is right up your alley.
The galaxy has been torn asunder. On the world of Cronus, we make our stand. We are the Blood Ravens. There is no victory to claim here. Only vengeance to enact. Whilst even one of us lives, we fight. For only in death does duty end.
Didn't they show? Yeah, I was gonna say they showed some gameplay, right? That looks good. That one, I mean, I won't buy it day one, but that one got me excited. Monster Hunter team up with Final Fantasy. Omishima we already saw, or whatever it's called. Onimishu. Let's see, Gamescom 2025 special trailer. What else we got here? Fallout Season 2 trailer. I'm not going to play that because Amazon will probably hit me for it. Yeah, I butcher everything, Water. That's the way I am.
What do you know about the legend of the Nameless Crusader?
Fierce warrior. Fought in the siege of Antioch, 1097 AD. Very tall, like a giant.
Pope Paul IV had an item of this crusader in his possession, his helmet.
Well, I'll tell you what. If I see the helmet, I'll leave it exactly as I found it. Sound good? Oops. Giant guardians. Their roots go way, way back.
More Indiana Jones. I like the game. Pretty good.
Worshipped by the Mithras cult.
I can't believe you dare to investigate this.
Impressive for a snake. It says Semper Vivus. Always living. Not dead. He's not in a tomb.
Is there a date for this one when it comes out? September 4th. Okay. September 4th. Deadpool VR.
My massive, galaxy-spanning streaming network is expanding.
Nice imagery.
To score eyeballs, I need talent.
that is efficient exposition.
The biggest, baddest bastards recruited across time and space. They require persuasion.
Look who it is.
Spyro Gyro, a deluxe portal for 2, if you please.
Adoring fans will be watching your every move.
Fighting on a reality show to the cheers of
Is it me, or does this feel like it feels like Borderlands with Deadpool? Yeah, it feels like a Borderlands, but with Deadpool. This actually might be pretty fun.
Minimum effort!
I have little tolerance for low ratings.
OMG.
Deadpool lands. Yeah, it does. It feels like a Borderlands type of game. World Tanks. John Carpenter's Toxic Commando. Did they actually show gameplay, or is it just a trailer? Okay.
Improvise.
It's only on MetaQuest 3? That's a bummer.
You see my new toy?
Again, this reminds me of just Back for Blood.
They're wrecking our ride. Could use some help now.
I need some first block.
Can you all please cover me? Whatever works.
Come on, Super Diff. Early 2026. That's been very quiet. Like, they showed it 2 years ago and didn't show it anything else after that. And then all of a sudden now, I don't know. I feel something off with that game. The hell's Voidbreaker? Is that another Concord?
Welcome back. Strange, isn't it? A dying.
Okay, it's a single player game.
That's the thing with this place. There is no end. Just a
The Game Pass game.
little reset button.
A roguelike.
That's why we have to escape.
Is it a looter shooter or a single player game? Super Dick.
No one else should suffer this fate. You cannot hide. I see everything.
Oh, you're saying it's a looter shooter. It's a looter shooter roguelike? Is that what you're saying? I don't know. It's a single player roguelike. Okay. Okay. If I said to you, this is Marathon, would you believe me? Do you know what I'm saying? Like the art style, like look at this for a second. The color schemes. Like I thought this could be Marathon. If I didn't know it was Voidbreaker, right? Because of the trailer, like if this just showed yesterday, I saw it, I'd be like, oh, is this Marathon? Did they change it up? Okay, it's on Game Pass, so maybe we'll give it a shot one night. Delta Force we played yesterday. Ninja Gaiden 4 we saw. What is this? Cinder City gameplay? What is this?
Freeze! ADF!
Get on the ground now! Drop your weapon or we'll shoot!
Drop your weapon! Last warning!
You've crossed the line. Are you trying to get us all killed here?
3
Ender
minutes to drop.
City?
Everyone stand by.
Ender or Cinder? I'm not sure what I think about this right now. It's like a it's like a Division. Basically the first Descendant. Oh, is it co-op? Is this a co-op game? Okay, hold on a second. It's got mechs. It's got futuristic you got vehicles. You got mechs. You're on the ground. It's got robots, right? Like it's hitting the little things with me. But what is it? It feels like almost like a fake game. It's like Division meets... Oh, it is like First Descendant. Cinder City. Unreal Engine. Oh, wait. It said at the end there. The trailer includes real gameplay footage. All featured content is fictional and not affiliated with any of the real-world brands and manufacturers. Okay. We don't know anything about that game, huh? Nothing. We don't know when that comes out or anything. Okay. That's that. This is the Sims type of game, right? Deadly Sins, Vampire Bloodlines 2. We already seen that. Enshrouded trailer, Wake of the Water. Is this a new expansion?
I dreamt of a time before the corruption and the fight for survival.
It's made by NC Soft, so be careful. It seems
of a shimmering home.
It seems exactly how I feel, right? You're like, oh, it's got all these things. It's to bring you in because, oh, did you see the mechs? Did you see the helicopter? Did you see all this stuff? But then you're like, it's going to be a microtransaction hell.
And of exile. To find peace, we must brave the deep. Hear the old gods whisper. And an ancient fury.
I hear really good things about Enshrouded. Really good things about Enshrouded.
We shall purge the profane. And
it's all single player though, right?
To yield to our will, for there is no greater power than the flame.
Or is it now going to be co-op?
Of the faithful.
Is that going to be co-op? Enshrouded is a survival game? It is a survival game, but I thought it was a single-player game. The very end there, video unavailable. Enshrouded is a co-op survival game like Grounded? I thought Enshrouded was a single-player game. Am I thinking of the wrong game? I could have sworn, like, Altern plays it. It's co-op? I didn't know it was co-op. Maybe everyone that I watched play it played solo? I could have sworn it was a solo game. Really? Well, maybe I'll pick it up then. And just a trailer for World of Warcraft. This one I saw yesterday, I was like, what the fuck is this? Tank racing? I could have sworn Enshrouded was a single-player game because I guess when I watched Force Gaming play it. He was playing by himself. I watched Co play it. He played it by himself. So I just assumed, I guess it was a solo game. Because usually when they play games like that, they'll play with people. Because was it still in early access? And now it's coming out? And then here's the Black Myth Wukong guys making the second game. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, okay? So there you go. Yeah, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. All right, let me see what you guys are saying here. They had 2 World Tank trailers yesterday, and it pissed people off. Why would it piss people off? I mean, obviously, World of Tanks makes a lot of money. But the tank racing thing was just weird. It's still early access. They're just adding more content. So basically, Enshrouded is like Dune, is like Valheim, it's like all the other stuff. It's co-op. I didn't know that. Let me see. Going to their site now. Let's see. Impending survival of Shroud. Get epic builds. Because I like the building in it when I watched it. I was like, oh, that looks cool. Crafting action RPG set within the sprawling voxel content. Journey across mountains and deserts. Also free to choose your path and shape your destiny. Is that ever going to come to... It's only on PC, right? It's only on PC? Or is it coming to console? You deleted Roblox yesterday on my son's iPad, and he thinks it's his entire world. Oh, man. Like, you got rid of it because of all the shit that's going on, right? He's probably devastated, huh? And Shrouded's only $23, 20% off right now. Oh, wow. You could play up to 16 players. Oh, I didn't know that. Well, I can't do anything about the sound design, Dupless. I mean, that's what it was, man. All right, let's go to this story. Former PlayStation boss says the impact of AI on gaming is basically the same as the impact of Excel on certified public accountants, as you still had to have enough knowledge. Okay, Sean Layden. Sean Layden makes more rounds now than he did when he was actually in the business. Okay. PlayStation ex-boss Sean Layden thinks generative AI impact on gaming industry is being largely overestimated. Okay. Iteka says he leads the mass cost of reduction like some CEOs are also drooling for. He says, quote, I see a lot of estimations, okay, of how the AI is going to revolutionize gaming. And mostly people are also not in gaming, saying that I also think there are ways that it helps accelerate certain functions, Layden told GameIndustry.biz in a recent interview. Instead of views AI, though, the same as the lens of accountants, like it viewed Excel when it was new. He says, I see the impact of AI on gaming as an impact of Excel on certified public accountants. He explains that it's better to have macro do all your sums and also weigh rather than also adding a machine. But accountants still had to have enough knowledge to realize whether or not the sums were correct and how to interpret it of the numbers thereafter. So on a semi-related note, Layden also mentioned the outsourced development, something used by lots of game companies to also reduce the cost, has improved over generations. He says sometimes in the early days it also would have been cheaper to ourselves instead of having to redone 9 times because we just couldn't get the meeting of the minds. The outsourcing company oversees the developers here, he explains. Now the connection between the core development teams and the engineering resources of Taiwan and art resources of Malaysia, I think those are also getting better optimized all the time. Here's the thing. I'm going to look at this is, so a lot of people, because I'm a small channel, they contact me and like, hey, your channel should be getting more views the way it is, and I can help you optimize and blah, 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 right? And I'm like, cool. And they're like, I can make your thumbnails for you. I can do this for you. And I was just like, but are you? Are you going to do that? Because what they're going to do, like he's explaining here with Excel compared to AI, is that people try to make businesses and they're like, hey, I'm a thumbnail designer. Hey, I'm a SEO person that knows the SEOs. I can get your videos higher. And what they'll do is they'll just use AI, right? Or they'll pay for view bots. And then you pay them a fee to think that they're helping you with your SEO and stuff like that. Now, there are some people out there that actually do it correctly, okay? But because of AI, everyone can pretend they are some sort of expert in that field. Do you know what I'm saying? So that if someone says, hey, I can help your channel out, they say they can do it and they use AI to do it. And if someone doesn't know how to use AI, if someone doesn't understand those things, they would pay someone $400, $500, $800 to do something that they can do the exact same thing that these people are going to do to them, right? You understand what I'm saying? So you have to understand that, yes, everybody wants to use AI, but the people that understand how to use AI are going to be better than the people that just don't know anything or think that AI is so complicated and what else and nobody can do it, right? Like I've been using AI now for 2.5 years, between the art stuff to music stuff. The more I use it, the more I understand it, the more of the prompts I get, the more I understand what it is. Where if someone just started doing it, they wouldn't understand. They're like, how do you do all that stuff? You just have to learn the prompting and understand what it is. So I understand what he's saying. So he's saying the AI on gaming is basically the same as Excel, but the people that know how to use Excel and also know what they were doing beforehand would be better at using that program than the person just using that program, right? This is why people don't want to do their own taxes and stuff like that because it feels too overwhelming and whatnot, right? So maybe everyone's going in on this, the bandwagon of AI is going to answer all the questions. And meanwhile, they're going to outsource it to somebody else saying that they're going to help them do stuff, but really they're just using AI. But we shall see what happens. Yeah, Sean Layden's making rounds, man. Does he work right now? Or is he just getting interview after interview after interview just because, right? He's talking about Game Pass is bad for the business. He's talking about, AI impacting on the industry. He's saying that slave wages are happening. Z says, 30, did you see the stain on Alfred's shirt when you said, what did you have in mind? No, I didn't pay attention to that. Am I supposed to know what that is? Xbox put a tweet out for the new Ally. Did they have a price? Does he work? Yeah, I think he works for some sort of firm or something now, doesn't he? Oh, let's talk about that for a second. Can we have a conversation? Okay, can we have a conversation about how everyone is like losing their minds? Okay, they're losing their minds because it came out by a firm that Battlefield 6 had 20 million people. 20 million people play the beta. Okay, 20 million people play the beta. There's no actual evidence of this. I don't know if they're talking and how they get their stats from, because it wasn't official from EA. It wasn't official from DICE. It wasn't official from anybody from the actual company. It was just talking about 20 million people. Now, I don't know how they got that number. I don't know if they, because of the, like, what Google Trends looks at, how many people are talking about it, if it's good or bad, and they just assume that that's how many people are interested in it. But I just look at my local people that I played, right? And I know that I had friends that haven't played a Battlefield game in a decade play the game. I also know that those same friends played the game because it was a demo, because it was a beta, and they could play it, that are not buying it when it comes out. So when people say that there's 20 million, so that's 7 people that I know that tried the game out, played it, and were like, yeah, it's fun, but I'm going to wait. And they're not buying it when it comes out. So 7 out of 7. 7 of my closest friends that are playing the game, tried the game out, are not getting this game when it launches. They're not saying they're not getting it. They're not getting it, right? They're like, nah, I just wanted to see what it was because it was a demo. So the people that are in love with Battlefield 6 right now are like, yeah, they're going to hit that 100 million number, no problem. I feel like you guys are in like a delusional world. You think 100% of the people that played the beta, 20 million people that played that beta, are all going to purchase that game. Now, I said it's going to sell 10 to 12 million. And telling me there's 20 million people played it, that makes me feel much better about my guess of 10 to 12 million people will buy that game. Right? I don't see it happening where 20 million people buy that game. 20 million played? That doesn't sound unbelievable. I didn't say anything about it being unbelievable. What I'm saying is that 20 million people are not buying that game when it comes out, is what I'm saying, right? But I'm also saying that there is no actual official news from EA or DICE, right? Did they make an announcement of 20 million people played it yet? You would think they would scream from the rooftops if that was the true, wasn't it? Wouldn't it be? Like, did DICE themselves Battlefield 6 open beta is estimated to have reached 20 million players. Oppenheimer investment firm estimates the figure, which is a significant increase from their initial estimate of 5 million. This indicates strong player interest in the game, with the open beta serving as a positive indicator of the game's upcoming launch. But there's no evidence. The substantial increase from the firm's initial estimate of over 5 million players. EA's goal, a strong showing that also might suggest that EA's ambitious goal of reaching 100 million is potentially achievable. I mean, I don't know. I mean, what is that? Trust me, bro? Trust me, bro? Like, people are making videos of it. People are running with it, saying that they have it, but yet it's not official. You would think right now, we're Wednesday right now. You would think that Battlefield would be like, yeah, it's confirmed. We had 20 million people play. Don't you think they would do that? You don't think that Battlefield in any way, shape, or form would scream from the rooftops that they had 20 million people play? It just seems a little weird, doesn't it? I'm sure they had a lot of people play. It could be 20 million. But why isn't the officially coming from DICE? Why isn't it officially coming from EA? To boast, yeah, we had 20 million people try it. They would use that number to push it even more, to be like, yeah, man, we had so many people play this game. It's so good. It just seems a little strange to me. Waterbear says, I suggest holding off until at least Black Friday sales. Roic says, people playing beta/demo doesn't equate to number sales it will have whatsoever. No, absolutely. Travis says EA is trying to be humble. I guess. Here's another thing, right? How come nobody else has ever used Oppenheimer in any other stories of the firm that's estimation, right? They always talk about Circana, right? They also talk about Circana. All I know is Black Ops 7 increased Battlefield sales. Sure. Again, I've said on record, 10 to 12 million copies will sell. If they want 100 million, having 20 million for open beta is probably bad. I mean, yeah. It's just, I don't know. I find it weird when companies like EA boast the numbers of Vanguard. Okay? Dragon Age Veilguard. I said Vanguard. Veilguard. Okay? And they tell you that that game is selling so many copies, and it sold less than 1.5 million copies. But yet they're not going to gloat about the 20 million players that played Battlefield 6. Make it make sense to me. Make it make sense that EA announces that Dragon Age Veilguard had so many good sales of 1 million people playing the game 1 week out, but they won't boast the 20 million player number. Just seems a little strange to me. Does Battlefield push a narrative? It's EA. Travis. We call that Failguard. By the way, Failguard Eclipse is on Game Pass, I think, today. I put that in the stories. Hold on. Let me see where it is. Where is it? Is it this one? Oh, that's game. Oh, no, here it is. Oh, it's coming soon. We got Gears of War Reloaded. That's coming out on Xbox Series XS, PC, and Cloud. We got Dragon Age Veilguard, Xbox Series SX, PC, and Cloud. We got Voidbreaker on PC. Ultimate N/PC. It's Ultimate PC. Ultimate PC, Xbox for hurdling. Blacksmith Master on PC. Persona 4 and Goat Simulator Remastered. That's coming out this month, I guess. Waterbear says, hell, 30. EA gave your stats for the first weekend of Battlefield 6. Why wouldn't they boast about the 20 million players if it was true? That's what I'm saying, Water. Like, I get it. If it is true, sure. That's why I don't believe it. Especially since people are saying it from a place that we've never used information from before. Which maybe they have in the past, but everyone always talks about Circana. Circana said this. Circana said that. Circana said this. This is the estimates for Circana, right? Oppenheimer comes out with, we estimated 5 million, but now it's 20 million. But how do you base that? Where's that based on? According to Game Post, here, let me go to their thing. Let's see. It says here, Battlefield 6 beta pulled in 8-figure player count, according to analysts, with feedback on rush mode raising concerns about enough of the drag down the overall positive reception. The hype about Battlefield 6 just keeps climbing. With the game set to launch later this year, its recent open beta weekend gave fans the first real taste of gameplay and numbers behind the apparently massive. According to Oppenheimer, a research firm tracked the beta's performance. The first weekend alone, from August 7th to 11th, brought in over 5 million players across the platforms. Now, at the second weekend wrapped up, the research firm has updated its estimates and believes that Battlefield 6 beta pulled 8-figure player count overall. How did you figure that out? How did you figure it out? Like, explain to me how you figured it out. The data comes from Oppenheimer's report. All right, we'll look at that and analyze Steam concurrent users and compare them against trends in similar big-budget shooters. The project of Battlefield 6 open beta saw more than 20 million participants, assuming about 70% of those were on PC and 30% on console. We're thinking on PC alone, they think that 15 million, 17 million people played it on PC. 17 million. That's a huge turnout for the test phase and shows how just how much interest there is in EA's next Battlefield. Art stock rises as Oppenheimer reiterates outperforms on Battlefield 6 beta success. Let's see. Momentum after Oppenheimer maintained an outperformed rating of 185 price target. The stock trading near a 52-week high of 180, having delivered an impressive 36% return over the last 6 months. According to InvestPro data, broader analyst, Oppenheimer significantly revised their estimate for Battlefield 6 open beta participants from 5 million to 20 million players. I wonder if this is 70%, 30%? 30% of, is it 14 million? If 20 million, 30%? Right, Oppenheimer significantly revisits estimated about Battlefield 6 open beta participants from 5 million to over 20 million players based on comprehensive data analysis of similar games on Steam concurrent user metrics. The research firm calculated that 20 million players estimated, assuming a 70-30 split between PC and console users. Noting the first week of beta testing has established a strong baseline of player engagement. While the second week of testing did not surpass the initial participation levels, Oppenheimer observes negative player feedback as primary concentrated on a single game mode called Rush. See, with stuff like this always makes me wonder how many people are invested or want to sway the market, right? Because people want to make money. And Oppenheimer, being an investment firm, or research firm, okay, changes what people are spending their stuff on. If they say that this much interest is here, then they're betting on the horse, and the horse says that put your money in this market because it's going to make the thing go up. I'm very skeptical of 20 million. Okay, very skeptical. Because let's go to the charts, right? Let's go to Battlefield. Okay. So we're saying that this number here, the 521,000 people, okay, is around 20 million people. So when this number hits this, we're estimating, because they have no idea how many people played on console, right? So they're just assuming, right? So the estimate, right? So if we go to another game, let's go to, I don't know, we'll go to Marvel Rivals, okay? You look at here, 644,000 people peak, and then here it says people that own the game is 20 million to 28 million people, right? The 30 million people. So we can assume that this number here, when it hits 600,000, okay, when it hits 600,000, we're talking over 20 million people are playing the game. Okay? So if we go back now, and we go to Battlefield 6 open beta, right? 520. So we're going to estimate that at around 20 million people. So this is a huge success. This here for Starfield, not a success. Do you see how it transitions here? This is 330,000 people, but they only have 4 million people that bought the thing. Based on other first-person shooters, now I understand this is not a first-person shooter, okay? But going by this number, you would think that this right here is selling at least 15 million, right? 10 to 15 million. Owner estimation's only around 5 million, 3.5 to 4. Okay. So I don't know, man. That is a big trust me, bro, if I've ever seen it. What's another first person? Here, let's go to Battlefield 2042. Okay. Look at this number. 107,000 people had Battlefield 2042. Only 107,000. This is averaging 10 million almost. Right? Between 5 million and 10 million. And that's at 100,000. All right, it's a first-person shooter. Right? So is this like what are we talking about here? Like I don't get it. Because you look at this looks like it's a big win. I don't know. If you can't prove it, then it's not true until they can prove it. I don't believe it. Right? That's what I'm saying. If a firm comes out and says 20 million people played the game, I mean, I can believe it. It's a free demo. Do we know when they start the pre-orders for Xbox Ally X? I haven't heard anything myself. Bartek? Not sure. Robert Jones says, I don't believe or disbelieve. I mean, I don't believe it until they come out. If EA comes out themselves, if Battlefield comes out themselves and says, we had 20 million people play, I'll be like, there you go. Because they actually have the exact stats. They know the number. All these other firms, Oppenheimer, Circana, they're going based off of the talk and based on other people's numbers that they know about the sales, which they don't share the sales numbers. So the only person that could make this proof as it sold well or didn't sell well or played well or didn't play well would be the actual company if they came out. Now, again, I would believe 100% if DICE comes out and says, we had 20 million people play, I'd be like, damn. And I would believe it because they know the number. They haven't come out with that number. But when they come out and tell you, right, you give it the smell test, right? The smell test is when they come out and tell you that Veilguard sold well, when Ubisoft comes out and tells you that Ubisoft Outlaws sold well, or Assassin's Creed Shadows sold well, and yet all the evidence proves otherwise, and then months later they're like, yeah, it underperformed. It underperformed. That's what you believe, because one is when it comes out, they're trying to market it and push it and say, hey, this game is very popular. You should go buy it yourself. Okay? When it does sell well, when Pal World was selling well, they told you the number. When they were playing the beta, they told you the number. When Helldivers came out and it started selling well, they told you the number. When they are excited about something, they will tell you that number. Until the company comes out and says anything about that, I don't believe anything. Bartek says, I heard the leaks say that it's today, but still no info. If they do it, they'll probably release it later in the afternoon for pre-orders or whatnot. Or they would wait until after Gamescom. It'd be like a tweet in the afterthought. Warber says, I paid $50 for my PlayStation Portal. Am I satisfied when I'm at the office working in and getting the job done and my mobile gaming needs? You paid $50 for that? That's a steal. Did you steal it? $50, huh? That's a good pickup. Yeah, Krebsy says $50. That's a steal, Water. Yeah, like that's good. Eclipse says, so Ko is playing Vampire the Masquerade Bloodline 2. It's not looking as bad as I thought it was going to be. I think it's also a good thing, but it's not a bad thing. So it's good, but not good. But it's not bad. Well, it's not terrible, is what you're saying. Yeah, I think that object fell off a truck and then he paid $50 for it because the other guy knew he couldn't get a lot more for it, so he gave it to Water for $50. That's what I'm gonna go with. $50. Oh, you thought it was gonna be asked by the trailer. Here, Krebsy just posted this stuff on the ROG Ally. Let's look this up or bring this up on the screen. This is official. The ROG Ally drops on October 16th. Get ready to take the gaming anywhere. Does it say pre-orders anywhere on here? Email when available, so you can't pre-order anything yet. It says Best Buy has listed the ROG Ally Xbox listing, no pre-orders yet. The Ally, which is the the white version, is $549.99. The Ally X, which is the black version, is $899.99. 100-watt charger dock, HDMI 2.0, USB-A, USB-C is $100. The case is $70. It says confirming $549 and $899 price set in back end at the time of posting. All right, these prices are crazy when you can buy an Xbox Series X dirt cheap. Can you buy a Series X for dirt cheap? What are Xbox Series X's going for right now? Aren't they going for $700, $800? Okay, is it dirt cheap? I don't think it's dirt cheap. Z says PlayStation version Portal game, $50. Price is pending given the marketing conditions, but it will release on October 16th. No official price from Asus or Xbox. Okay. I don't read the additional context. What, in the post? No, I just put the link. How big is the screen? Hold on one second. Let me go back to the website. Does it say the screen's size? 7-inch. 7-inch display. The white version does 720p. The black version does 1080p, I believe. This does 30 frames per second, up to 60 frames per second. This one can do 30 frames per second, up to 120 frames per second, all depending on the games, what's being optimized or whatever for it. I wouldn't put money on that though. I wouldn't put money on that. I don't know if it's Xbox ROG is a very costly paperweight. I mean, I could say the exact same thing for the PlayStation Portal unless you got like Water did for $50. For $250 2 years ago when it came out, that was a paperweight because you couldn't do all the stuff you could do with it now. At least this, you could play all the games that you already have on your Steam library and now Epic library, and then also on your Microsoft. So there's a lot more value there than what you could do with the $250 portal. I wouldn't pay that price, but at least there's more value there. Does it have an internet browser? I'm not sure. I would assume if it does, it would be using Bing, right? I would assume. Because if it's Microsoft, then it would have to use Bing, wouldn't it, for a browser? I'm sure you could put your own stuff on there, but... Argus says it's stronger than the Steam Deck. And as someone who also owns the Steam Deck, I'm positive that the ROG can get that performance. Yeah, but isn't it the same thing, Travis? I don't understand. You said sure, but until it explodes on you because some other kid in China didn't get a break, the other stuff was also built in China. All of these things are built in China. Oh, Argus says Microsoft Edge probably. Right, not Bing. Right, they use Edge now. My bad. My bad. All right, let's see what's going on with Gamescom real fast. Did they show anything else? What are they showing here? This is World of Warcraft.
Oh. So heroes around Azeroth began hearing these voices, seeing visions, these like dark omens, from messages from the World Soul herself about, you know, darkness coming. That led to a surprise attack on the city of Dalaran, the destruction of our beloved city of Dalaran, and the nature of the threat facing us being revealed. This powerful entity known as Xal'atath. So over the course of the World Soul Saga, over the course of the War Within, we've been trying to kind of keep up with her. She's been one step ahead of us along the way. At the culmination of the War Within, as we just discovered, she kind of ascended to a new tier of power and is finally poised to really unleash the power
Travis,
of the
you
void
do understand
upon Azeroth.
that
Yep, and that leads us directly into what we saw in the trailer yesterday,
are made in
which
China,
is
right?
Xal'atath and her devouring host at the gate.
Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, that Sony has a manufacturer in Japan, and then Japan gets those systems. And then the ones that get shipped over to the United States are made from China.
To the Sunwell, ready to threaten everything that's dear to us, and our beloved elves, Lorthamar, Liadrin, and the rest of them all mounting a defense along with an intercession from the Sunwell itself. Super exciting stuff. That is the beginning of the expansion, which you saw in the trailer there, and that leads directly into the story.
Yeah, I still can't get over last year with the War Within, with the VR experience for the destruction of Dalaran. But, that was one of my favorite cities in the old expansions. But we're also returning to some areas that players are going to really know. Can you tell us a little bit about them?
Yeah, if Dalaran was one of your favorite cities, it was one of mine too. Wait till you see Silvermoon V2 in Midnight. So we are, going to be returning to, among other areas, the old Blood Elven lands, first introduced in Burning Crusade, fully reimagined.
Argus says, not to mention that we also get access to Xbox Play Anywhere games, Steam games, Epic Store games, GOG games, Game Pass, and PC. So all emulators. Yeah, if I had to pay $500 for a Switch 2, or if I had to pay $550 for the lower end handheld, I would spend the additional $50 to get the lower end handheld from ROG Ally than I would for the Switch 2. Better for your buck for your value, pound for pound.
Imagined and expanded now. It's Eversong Woods, the Ghostlands, and of course Silvermoon City. Still, a Horde city at heart with some Horde-only districts, but under these pressing circumstances, they have opened their gates to the Alliance to mount this final stand against Xalatath's forces.
Yep, and that's just the first of the zones that we have. After that, you'll head into Zulaman, City of the Trolls, the Amani Trolls.
And I say that, though, Argus, I say that I'm not in the market to buy a handheld. I think that's still too expensive for a handheld, especially the higher-end one for $899. Right, $900. I mean, you can literally get a PlayStation or an Xbox for cheaper than that. But for value, if you're a person that wants to, and you have games across all these other platforms you've already purchased, and you buy this thing, you can access that thing now with one console, and you can also hook it up to your television set if you wanted to play your games on a television set or whatnot. So again, I think it's expensive for a handheld. But I do think it's a good value for people that instead of getting this system and that system and this system and this thing, you're getting one system and all those things can play on your... And for a casual gamer, like that would be more than efficient for everything they need.
We first saw Zulaman back in Burning Crusade era as in the form of a raid, but it's been expanded into this enormous zone now. Everything in that zone is big. It's sort of like a primordial Pacific Northwest. Everything's a little wet.
Do any of you guys still play World of Warcraft?
Very cool space.
Do any of you guys still play?
Home of the Heronir.
I haven't played.
The Heronir we met during the War Within. They're a race.
I mean, Lich King was the last time I played.
Elf-like race. We don't know a whole lot about them. We're going to learn a lot more once we go to Herondar and learn that not all of them are as welcoming as the few we've met, Orwena and her crew in the War Within. And lastly, we're going to go into the Void Storm. This is basically Xalatath's space of operations where she is mounting her attack against Azeroth. We find our way into the Void Storm and take the fight to her and the Devouring Host. Super exciting, a bunch of beautiful zones.
Yeah, I can't actually wait for Zulaman again. I still have memories of just the endless attempts of trying to get the Amani Warbear with that speed trial. So it's going to be really fun to go back. And of course, go to Silvermoon as an Alliance player. It'll be fun. But with all these new areas, what are some of the activities that people are going to get into when they go there?
Well, the first, I think, is you're going to have the
campaign. I mean, what's really impressive now? With this Rogue Ally, you can play World of Warcraft on the go.
A new campaign that takes you through these zones, and it does so in an interesting way. You'll start by going into the city of Silvermoon and then into Eversong Woods. But after that, players are presented with a choice. Do they want to go
Krebsy,
to two of those other zones?
Even the cinematic trailer that they showed yesterday, which is much better than the one they showed a couple of weeks or months ago.
They want to go into Herondar.
But yeah, there's something off about it.
They want to go on a third chapter of the campaign, which is actually a little bit different. It is not tied to any particular zone, but it takes you to some of the older places in the world, places like Light's Hope Chapel, places like Strathholm, a couple other interesting places as well. And in that quest line, you'll be working alongside Eritor, son of Turalian and Ilaria, and helping him sort of interrogate his relationship with the light. Really interesting chapter. After you complete those three chapters, those two zones in the Eritor chapter, then you move into Voidstorm. This is all in the interest of giving players a choice of which storyline is most interesting to them. And it's all done in a way which also leads you through a
couple says, wait, the Game Pass Ultimate boots up PC games?
The campaign and a couple dungeons.
If you have Ultimate, you can play certain games on one side or the other. If you're talking about World of Warcraft, though, World of Warcraft is you're going to get Blizzard.net or Battle.net on the Rogue Ally.
Features for group gameplay, delves, dungeons, and you'll note that Paul said raids, plural. So I think we were kind of breaking from recent tradition in Midnight, and our initial season is going to have not one, not two, but three separate raid zones for a variety of environments, a variety of foes that will kind of unfold themselves over the course of Season 1.
I actually love that, because back in Karazhan and stuff like that, where you'd go to Gruul's Lair, it's nice to have that variety hopping in. But for players that are hopping in for the first time, right, because I think the World Soul Saga has been great at bringing in new players and also returning players. What kind of features have you got for them to hop back in?
Yes, so I think we want to make sure that, whether you've played War Within...
Every time they announce something for World of Warcraft, I'm like, here it is. I'm going to be correct. World of Warcraft is coming to consoles. I've said 2 years ago, and I'm still waiting. I know it'll happen, but obviously it's going to take a little bit more time. But there will be a day where you can play World of Warcraft on a console.
And you're ready for the next chapter, or whether
I'm not talking about the handheld. I'm talking about on an Xbox, on a PlayStation, whatever it is. It will be on console.
Coming to World of Warcraft. Warcraft for the very first time or coming back from some long time away, that you can jump back in, understand what's going on, and join the action. And so we have a revamped and reimagined new player and returning player experience. The leveling experience seamlessly incorporates both Dragonflight and
I thought the
War
controller
Within
support
content
didn't come until
to get you fully
2021.
caught up to speed. For returning players who may be, a higher level but not quite ready to go straight to Midnight, we have a new experience set in Arathi Highlands that's going to kind of, get you back up to speed on your mechanics, recontextualize you in the story of the world, and send you on your way so that you can join the fight in Midnight.
Yeah, we've also added a catch-up quest line for the War Within. So sort of going into Midnight, if you never played the War Within, or if it's just been a little while and you want a refresher, you can play through all the major beats of that story in one quest line.
I want to say it didn't happen until
couple dozen
Xbox was in the market to pull it over. They knew they were going to pay for Blizzard, and they started investing into it. And then obviously it didn't happen until 2023 when they bought it. But I could have sworn it was like 2021, 2022 when it came in.
Zones that make up that quest line, but it'll be a couple quick hours to go through all the big cinematics, all the major beats. And by the time you're done, you should know everything that happened from the beginning of the Isle of Dorne to the end of Ghosts of Koresh, and be fully up to speed to hop right into Midnight.
Yeah, no, that's amazing as well.
Yeah, World of Warcraft had a native
like
controller
Ultimate
support
as
and
well,
patch,
like
which was
drag
released in
all your
October
friends to hop in and
2020.
play with you and explore that, which I'm excited
It
about.
allowed players
But
to
there
use
is one
gamepads like
feature, and it
Xbox,
kind of goes
PlayStation, and
back
Steam
to your
controllers to play the
brief
game
as
according to Blizzard's
right, there's been
forums. Prior to this, the
requested
players
for
relied on external programs
so
to enable
long.
controller
We've got
functionality.
touch now. I was watching it as well. You create a clash earlier.
They didn't officially
Player
do it,
housing.
though,
Can you let us know what we're going to experience with
until
that?
a couple years
Absolutely,
later.
Yeah, we are super excited for people to start stepping into housing. Housing has been a feature which has been in development internally for a long time. We've been sharing little details as we've been developing it over the last year or so. Here at Gamescom, people are finally able to hop in and start, playing with the decor, playing with those systems for the first time. What housing is you can have your own little corner of Azeroth. If you play both Horde and Alliance, you can have a Horde home and an Alliance home and start decorating those spaces with decor that you'll start with the generous, creative decor that the system sort of just gives you, but then you go explore the world. You might find vendors who sell
I always
some
love the
interesting
people that
tchotchkes here.
argue that you can't play an MMO with a controller, and yet there's so many MMOs now that you can play with a controller, and they're like, well, you can't do it with WoW. And I'm like, well, you can with the base setup of it. Obviously, on PC, you're putting all those HUD mods on and all the other things, and you have the bar at the bottom where it's just like 10. You know what I mean? Like you see all the stuff. It's like 20 bars at the bottom. Like when you add those types of mods, yeah, you can't do that on the console and with the controller because that's insane. But you can play MMOs with a controller.
Here and there, you might work with other crafters on your server who can make some interesting furniture for you. But you take all those things, you collect them, and then express yourself in a way that we think is,
I played Lost
really
Ark. I played New World. I played Thrones and Liberty. I played Final Fantasy. There's a whole bunch of them. Like you can't do it. It's possible.
If you want a table that floats in midair, you want a table that's upside down, you can do it. I think we really wanted to unleash players' creativity to make their houses the full expression of their personality. And it's not just a single house that is your own, you're also going to be part of a neighborhood community. So we wanted to make sure when designing this feature that it didn't feel solitary if you didn't want it to be, that you were kind of connected, there's reasons for others to come into your home, for you to go into theirs, and for you to feel like part of a group.
Oh, it's amazing. Also, for people that have been playing for a long time, so it's one of the first things I wanted to know when I heard about player housing coming in.
What happened in New World? I mean, it's still out there. It's still making money.
Cool bits to add into
they had an
my house
update,
for
what,
that?
7 months ago, 8 months ago? Maybe almost a year ago now.
Decades, as it sounds like you have.
And they have another update
there's
coming out,
plenty
don't
of
they?
Achievements that you would automatically have completed that would grant you decor if you've advanced your professions. You may have access to build some of those things that would take other people, a little bit more time to get those professions to the point where they can build that particular piece of decor. So yeah, we want to make sure that people who've been playing for a while are rewarded for that play. Of course, this also comes along with that we don't want to have any of that be exclusive. So if you are just coming into World of Warcraft for the first time in Midnight, none of those should be
does it still have
opportunities
potential?
that were only accessible
but
to you
what does that
in
mean,
2008 and
Dave?
they're
Like
gone.
when you're saying does it still have potential for what? I mean, people that like New World are still playing New World. People that are not playing New World are playing other games. So I guess, does it have potential? Yes. Do you know what I mean? Like they have a fan base, they have a player pool, and they're still supporting the game. So does it still have potential? Yes, it still has potential. It's still, people are still playing it. I'm not sure how many people are. I mean, we can look it up real fast. I mean, they did the whole thing for when it came out. Yeah, there's 10,000 people playing now. I mean, by this standard, Oppenheimer must have said that this guy has sold 1 billion copies, right? They must have sold 40 million copies of this game, right? Based on these numbers, right? So they sold about 9 to 10 million copies, I would say, between Steam and now with the console and stuff like that. I would say they're about 10 to 12 million copies sold. I think they're doing fine. Remember, it was a cheaper game, and it was a one-time fee. You didn't have to keep paying for stuff.
From our team will be hanging a war
like for monthly fees or anything like that.
But one of the big things as well, right? People aren't going to have to wait for the launch at midnight to get their hands on player housing, are they?
No, they are not. Player housing will actually be coming before midnight in our.
I love how World of Warcraft's like, guys, we got giant news, big news coming. We're doing it what everyone asked for the last 20 years. We've got housing coming. And everyone's like, what?
You blew it!
Like, they're like, what are you talking about? Like, every MMO in the existence since World of Warcraft has been out for over 2 decades has had player housing in the game. They're like, we finally caught up. Like, what?
Final War Within patch, 11.2.7, coming later this year. So anyone who owns Midnight at that point can claim their first house, begin decorating it, and all players, even if
like New World came out 4 years ago and you had housing like day one.
If you don't yet own Midnight, can start building their collection of decor, though you will need the expansion to actually have a house to put it in.
Albion Online came out 10 years ago. You can have housing. What other Lost Ark had housing.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. I'm excited for it, but what's next?
There was like a World of Warcraft type of ish battle royale. I forget what that one was called. Was it Spellcraft? No, what the hell was that called? It had like the World of Warcraft type of graphics, but it wasn't. I don't know.
The team now, you've kind of announced Midnight, showing the cinematic trailer. What's next?
I mean, excited to get back and kind of finish this game. We're going to be talking very soon about our first public alpha tests and then a larger beta to follow. And all of this, getting player feedback, helping polish the game, and building towards a release in early 2026.
Yep, and we're going to be here at Gamescom all week.
Was it called
well.
Plunderstorm?
Ian and Maria Hamilton will be talking tomorrow about some of the characters and zones within the expansion in a little bit more detail. And then later on in the week, Ian and I will do a big systems download where we talk about a lot of the systems that make up the game.
Yeah, I was going to ask about like what else can players get involved, like viewers get involved in with World of Warcraft. Because
nobody's getting excited for player housing. No one's getting excited for that. No one's going, dude, I haven't played World of Warcraft in 10 years. Housing? I'm coming back. I'm coming back for the housing.
So much going on. We mentioned the Creator Clash earlier. Are there more shows out today? The streams people can go watch as well afterwards?
Yeah, exactly. There's, I think, various live events going on from our stage all week, and then we're going to keep rolling information out. I think this yesterday was the beginning of just letting people know what we've been up to, and we're going to have more and more information and opportunities to engage. We'll have videos, streams, and more just coming all through the fall.
Yeah. Honestly, I can't say thank you enough. Like from coming on the show last year to talking to us midnight today, Paul, Ian, thank you so much. And also from tons.
Thanks for doing your job. Thanks for talking about the game that you're working on. I appreciate it.
Of new titles coming to Xbox Game Pass. The Final Fantasy VII Remake integrated on Xbox. We've already witnessed so much cool stuff here on day one of Gamescom.
Super Dave. I just want the level cap to finally be 100. Can we have that? Keep your housing. Keep your housing.
And we're not done yet. We're about to get down and dirty with everyone's favorite archaeology professor. But first, let's refresh with a quick power wash break.
I tried the spray painting simulator. Doesn't hit the same. Doesn't hit the same. You get to collect stuff now. Do they still have a weird story about aliens invading?
Gosh, it's just so strangely satisfying. And
Sandpaper simulator. I don't think that would hit as well either.
hey, if you happen to uncover any ancient artifacts in the mud, then I know just who to call. Indiana Jones fans, get ready to
Yeah, the
take
power
on new
washing a
challenges
couch. That's
of
where the game goes off the deep end, huh?
The Order of Giants expansion is almost here, and it's set to shake up the world of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Joining me to talk through the new locations, new puzzles, and some truly monumental enemies, please welcome Machine Games lead game designer Zeke Variant.
Now, Roic, there you go. Wood carving system. I'm there. Hey, you do like a woodworking simulator? That'd be something I'd play. And I'm not being sarcastic. I would play that.
And creative director Axel Torvenus. Welcome, guys. How are you today?
Microphone's not working. Hey, audio guy. Microphone's not working.
Really excited to be here. I'm so excited to talk to you. Zeke, it's lovely to meet you for the first time. Axel, it's great to see you again. I'm so happy to be chatting about the new...
You know what I don't understand? You hear all that noise behind them, right? I'm in a room by myself, and I have a noise gate on my microphone, okay? Meaning that if a lawnmower comes out my window, you don't hear it. But for some strange reason, during all of these telecasts, you always hear the background noise. Like it's a soundtrack or something just playing in the background. It's like, why?
Expansion. So, to catch us up, if we haven't already played the game, I mean, first of all, what are you guys doing? I've had a great time playing it. But for those of us who haven't maybe had a chance to dip into the world of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, what would you say is a great...
There actually is a soldering simulator, and it doesn't look appealing.
...great thing to get us used to the Order of Giants?
To make you feel like you're in the event?
How does it fit in with the game so far?
Yeah, so the Order of the Giants is an extension, so you can start playing it right from the beginning of the... Well, not right from the beginning of the game, but as you journey through the Vatican, you... it's a natural extension into the plot of the Great Circle, and so it fits quite well in.
You're noticing it more now? Jesus, would I rip off the curtain? Like, there's the wizard. What are you talking about? You haven't heard that the entire time?
Sorry, Axel, you want to take this one? Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's basically about deepening the mystery and the lore about the Nephilim and the Order of Giants. And it takes place and it starts off in the Vatican. That's where the game, the DLC...
It sounds like they're at a goddamn airport.
...kicks off. And from there we will venture into a lot of new areas, new biomes, new puzzles, new mysteries, a lot of new exciting content for you to enjoy.
Very exciting. I can't wait to see what kind of the new locations are, because one of my favorite...
The audio last night in the opening night live, that was horrendous as well. Like, who are they hiring for these things?
It's just obviously exploring some of the ancient Egyptian tombs.
This is Indiana Jones and the Great Circle.
Egypt ever since I was younger, so feeling that through
the Great
India
Circle
as well was so
Giant
fast.
something.
I
forget what it's actually called.
Now, Axel, you're mentioning the Nephilim.
Order of the Giants. There you go. Indiana Jones, the Great Circle, in the Order of the Giants.
Order, and I really loved Locus, obviously, in the first, the main game. But tell us a little bit more about the lore behind the Order and the giants we can expect in this game.
Absolutely, and without giving away too many spoilers, because that would be boring, right? But the the core premise is that within the Vatican you will encounter this mysterious character, Father Ricci. He is very obsessed with this idea of a secret chamber and a certain artifact and a relic that he's hunting for. And he asks Indiana Jones for help to unravel the mystery of him. And that sets you off on a path where we dig much deeper into the background story and the background lore of the Nephilims and the tribe of giants, and how that connects with both the Vatican and Rome as a whole, but also there
I
are
thought the story was
hints and
good.
hooks back to
The game was
main
good.
game.
Got you. Very interesting.
I enjoy playing it.
Do you think? Would you say the story itself is quite self-contained? How much of that is, or how much does it affect the main game, or how much can be enjoyed independently from it as well?
Yeah, so it is self-contained, but it also it's something that you should be able to experience from the first playthrough. As you get through the Vatican, you find Father Ricci. You can go on this.
Travis says if they
if you've
paid
already
you,
completed the game
would you go out of
before, you can
retirement
come
to
back
work
the
on a show
Vatican,
like
he's
this?
there, and that'll
I mean, one, I don't do audio, but if they, as long as they pay me my day rate, sure, why not? I would love to get flown out to Cologne, and work a job. Why not? Put me up in a hotel, feed me, and pay me my day rate. Sure.
put you off onto a new quest as well.
Love that. I can't wait to experience it then as well. Now, as we're looking forward to that, I really enjoyed some of the side stories that we would go off and do, the adventures with Indy, or even just snapping some pictures. So lots more of that to look forward to in the Order of Giants.
Oh yeah. So we have like lots of brand new puzzles, lots of new mechanics, new enemies, and all of our puzzles are like from fresh. We were new mechanics, and we're not recycling anything there. As well, we also have 2 new adventure books that you can find, tons of notes that will give you backstory about the history of the Nephilim and other things. And as Axel has said, this is the kind of content that ties into the story from before. Like you'd be able to find out more about some things that you kind of maybe overlooked, and also about the story to come.
This could be the last thing we watch, then I'm going to go...
in your journal, you'll have all these notes.
I'm going to stop this stream,
right into,
and then we're going to take a break for a little bit, and then we'll be back to play some 2042 with Mr. Luke.
Marshall College all the way to what you find in Iraq.
Heck yeah. Oh, that sounds so exciting. I wanted to ask about the adventure books because I love the way you guys integrated that as the way
I love how
to
you're throwing the
level
guys
up
down
into
the
skills and
down
stuff.
the
I wish I
pit
could
there.
do that. I mean, yeah, I guess reading does help develop new skills. So there we go. But yeah, we can expect to see some more and maybe collect some more in the DLC as well.
Yeah, 2 new adventure books, and of course these are things that you need to go exploring around to be able to find. These are not locked. These aren't just like standing.
I'm going to take a little break after this, so I'm going to stop this after the Indiana Jones stuff, because Gamescom is going to continue going on. But we're going to play with Mr. Luke today. We're going to play Battlefield 2042.
Out in the open, but you need to go
Probably start around
find little puzzles,
10 to 1.
solve
I'm
mysteries.
going to go grab something to eat real fast.
And, it fits right into the whole idea of being Indiana Jones, being curious and always open for discovery.
Got you. You guys must be so smart doing puzzles all the time in game and in the office and stuff, crafting these ones. Wow, I'm jealous. So let's talk a little bit about the process of creating the expansion itself and the development. Maybe Axel, you can start us off. How did the success of the main game and the Great Circle inform your decisions going forward into the DLC?
Yeah, so it's always been the plan to kind of deepen the story and dive deeper into the aspects that we do have in the DLC. And with that being a very conscious choice, we also could make sure that we had good integration. So the game, the DLC takes place and it kicks off, within the Vatican, and there was not an easy thing to have that from a technical point of view to actually function. There's a lot of hard work from engineers and designers that's just working under the hood, that it's basically this kind of seamless transition into a DLC. So There's a lot of hard work that has been ongoing to make sure that you don't really notice that we are swapping out maps and doing a lot of.
They have another DLC coming out too, right? There's a second
mumbo-jumbo,
DLC coming out for this.
But it's in the end, it is this kind of seamless transition.
So this time
that we
next year we'll have the
always
second
aim to
DLC.
have. And I think that part of that conscious choice very early on helped us making sure that the experience in the end when you play the DLC is that it fits perfectly within the Great Circle experience.
Love that. I mean, I don't want to gas you guys up a little too much, but I just had such a blast with the first one as well, especially with the puzzles and also just
Yeah, I really like the
uncovering
puzzles.
Vatican and all of the locations we went. And even some of the performances were just so incredible. I was, not to name drop, but I was lucky enough to talk to Troy, Baker and Marius, obviously, about their characters in Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. And Troy was saying about how the main point from himself and also from you guys developing it was to really put the player in Indiana's shoes.
Yeah.
It's not Troy Baker's Indiana, it's yourself, it's the player's Indiana. So that's so cool. And coming on to the players and how they've enjoyed the game, how do you think the community feedback has really helped shape the Order of Giants going forward and a lot of the decisions you guys have made?
I mean, at Machine Games, it's always important. We always listen. We love to get, community feedback or player feedback, to hear from the fans. And one thing that stood out to us after releasing The Great Circle was that the thing that we really wanted to try to convey with this game was things that were appreciated by the fans as well. And when listening in on certain aspects, like could this be tweaked, could this be polished, that absolutely helped our process moving forward. But we did already obviously had a very strong vision and a plan for what to do. But there are a lot of micro decisions within the DLC and the development of it that is in relation to listening into the community and the player feedback. It's we had this opportunity to be able to polish.
See, DLC is a smart business move. I mean, you could do it No Man's Sky's way they do it, where it's just they give it to you for free, but you just keep paying for that game. But the way they do it is like, if they think about this, I don't know if they do it this way. Obviously, they're still working on the game and making it hopefully complete. But if you worked for 4 to 5 years to make a game, and then you already had the DLC done, and then you made the main game, if it's the DLC is cut out of the main game, whatever, but you made the game, and it's pretty long, and then you just sit back, and then for 2 more years you're supporting it because you already finished the DLCs for it when you were making the actual game.
Some things even
I don't think that's what they did,
there are sections
but it would make
within
sense
the
if companies
DLC
did
that
that.
is even of higher quality than the main game. Yes, given to the fact that we had more time to polish certain aspects.
I would say it was a really great place to be in terms of confidence on development side, on design side. Like being off the base game and going right into DLC, all of the level designers really had a nice chance to just start making new puzzles from, after years of working on a lot of content that had been started long before. We had a lot of new people join, and so this was their first time to get to take a puzzle from start to finish.
Yeah, if it takes 3 to 5 years to make this game, within that 3 to 5 years, they should have made the entire game, and then they can go work on something else, and the DLC is already done, and they're still making money off of that game years later.
Finish, and it was just, having the success behind it was, and all the fans saying that they wanted more was just the greatest impetus. It was
Heck
nice.
yeah, that sounds really refreshing as well, really gearing up. I love that. Well,
That's
speaking
not
of
holding your weight.
developing it, and Zeke, maybe you can give us a little bit of insight behind the curtains and what the team were up to. Was there any fun fan favorite moments from or experiences that you could share with us from the team about making Order of Giants?
I was thinking, I think getting one of my favorite parts about developing the core game, and I think this plays into the DLC a good bit, was just we have all this stuff that you're able to use to beat up bad guys. It's a shovel, it's a plunger, it's a
it's fun picking up those different
and this
different
is the
items.
sort of thing that we had early in the game, and just as we started to develop it, it's oh, this is super fun. And at some point we realized later in development, we need to have more and more and more stuff, but nobody had made that list. But one day the associate game director, Frederick Ljungdahl, stepped forward and he was like, "Hey, Zeke, I just have this 150 weapons that I would like to suggest." And so I think that carried on through, the base game. And actually, as we started into the DLC, it was just like, what are we going to be able to hit our enemies with now as well?
Flip, that's a lot of choice. I mean, India is certainly well equipped there. That's sick.
Yeah.
Well, I have to ask, guys, when and how can we access the new update?
Yeah, so on September 4th, it's out. If you have premium or a premium upgrade or the collector's edition, you will be able to just access that. If you only have like the base version of the game, it will be accessible and you can purchase it as a standalone as well. But you need to have the base game to
What's
be
the
able to
price for
enjoy
the DLC?
Okay, amazing. I can't wait to play myself and get that theme song stuck in my head all over again. I can't wait.
Nice.
Well, Axel, Zeke, it's been so much fun chatting all things Order of Giants. Congratulations again.
The fact that they don't tell you the
game.
price.
Can't wait to play it, and maybe we should go over to the Indiana Jones
Probably what,
booth
15,
over
20
there
bucks?
and have a look at the puzzles there.
Yeah,
But
indeed.
yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Now, from ourselves here at the Xbox at Gamescom.
All right. All right, that's going to do it for me today. We'll be back tonight for more gameplay over on 30 and Still Gaming. We'll be back this afternoon in about 20 minutes or so. I'm going to grab something to eat. We'll be live over on 30 and Still Gaming. We're going to be playing with Mr. Luke, Battlefield 2042. So join us as we play that game. And we played Delta Force yesterday. We're going to play some Battlefield 2042 today. It should be a good time. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.